Yo, what's going on, man? I'm telling you, it's been a long one today. It's been a long one. It's been a long one. What's up with y'all out there, man? What's up with y'all out there? I got one for you. Hey, y'all know what time it is. You know what time it is. Let's wipe your feet off. Let's ring the bells. Let's please Thursday Black Cat Panther After Dark podcast, Black Cat After Dark podcast, Black Cat Panther podcast. Hey, any way y'all want to say it, y'all know what it is, man. Where else would you want to be on a Thursday evening, Thursday night? Hey, ever how you want to say it. You can say it 15,000 different ways. All I got to tell you is this. Is this a half-ass rebuild? That's the question that we are going to try to get an answer to tonight, right here on Black Cat After Dark.
Oh yeah, we're
Man,
gonna talk about it. We definitely gonna talk about it.
MDJ, can we please talk about it? Can we
That's,
please talk about
that's why we here. That's why everybody here. They come on in here. Come on in here. Sit down. Get you something to drink. Get you some popcorn. We're gonna talk a little Panther shit today. We
it?
gonna
No
do it.
doubt. I see y'all coming on. Kitty 17, Elizabeth Lasser, the real HHENT. I see y'all, man. Y'all keep on coming on in, man. Hey man, hit that like for me. Hit that like for me, man. I told y'all this. Y'all already know this is for the members, by the members, and I'm doing this with the members.
That's
How
right.
y'all doing today, man? How y'all doing today? Agent 704, man. Let's talk about it. I hear you, boy. That's my guy. Hey, look here. Let me get into it. Let me jump on in. Let me jump slam in the water. Me and the fellas, man, was having a little discussion, a debate around about the day, and we were playing a shoulda, coulda, woulda, what if, all that type of stuff. We went back the old drafts and old mock drafts and old rosters and stuff like that. And if we didn't do this, if we didn't do that, we could have did it like that. We could have did it like this. Hey, we're gonna. Where else do you go out here and figure these things out except for Black Cat After Dark? Ain't nowhere
That's
else
right.
to talk about this type of stuff. But first, we talked about, man, if we'd have stayed at 9. Come on, man. Hey, no, if we'd have stayed at 9 and we'd have picked up this guy, we'd have picked up that guy. What did we do with the Christian McCaffrey trade? The Christian McCaffrey trade was like, whoa. Christian McCaffrey ended up being the NFL's best running back. Christian McCaffrey is 28 years old. Just got signed. San Francisco signed Christian McCaffrey to a 2-year extension. They'll probably sign him to another 1-year deal. Because around that time, he'll be 30 years old. We looked at Derrick Henry, who got drafted a year before him.
Right.
Both of these guys are outliers, MDJ. Outliers. Freaks of nature. They different at that running back position. Game changers. People tell you at a running back position what? Now, hey, run one in the hole and 3 years, 4 years, or whatever, swap him out. Don't even let him get a chance to get his first contract off, much less a second one. These guys right here, Chris McCaffrey on his third contract. Probably, like I said, probably going to get another 1-year deal somewhere. Derrick Henry, he just went to his first other team. Both of these boys is on their first team. They ain't been journeymen across the league. Hey, I got Q and MDJ here.
Yeah,
What's
yeah.
y'all? What's up with y'all, man? What other guys the the Panthers could have did something different with.
Because you didn't quite give them the whole rundown. Because we
No,
like I
no,
said,
no.
Yeah,
we
I'm
we
gonna
were
let
yeah.
y'all
talking
get some of
because
it.
it was spicy. It was
Well,
real
well,
Yeah,
well,
yeah. I'm
spicy.
gonna let
It was
y'all
well,
get
real
well,
some of it.
spicy.
well. First
Yeah.
of all, shout out to everybody who's in the chat, man. We appreciate each and every one of you guys. Look, go. You got to lay it all the way out, and you go back and you look from how we had this team built when we was sitting back at 9 after the Christian McCaffrey trade. The way this team was sitting after we picked up 4 picks, second, a
Mm-hmm.
third, a fourth, and a fifth
Mm-hmm.
round pick the following year. We
Yeah.
were sitting in a position which I like to call prime rib, which is one of the best cuts of a steak that you can have. Prime rib with a little bit of fat on it, a little bit of juice. It's still tender, it's juicy.
Yeah, yeah. It's tender, it's juicy. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's
We
a
were
good
sitting
cut.
in the prime rib position to capitalize on those picks and sat at 9, and we had our 9. We would have had that 9 number pick. Would have had a second round, a third, no, 2 seconds, 2 thirds, a fourth, and we would have had a fifth, sixth, and a seventh, right?
Something like that. Something like
Something
that.
like that. Well, and the way that we saw it, we said, boy, what a prime position we were sitting in to really fully build this team. We could have came in, build this defense the correct way, and had stars aligned. Because what I told y'all before, on every level of a defense, you should have pillars that you should be able to build around on every single level. In the defensive line, you got Derek Brown. In the edge rushing room, outside linebacker room, you had Brian Burns at the time, which they turned down 2 first-round picks for. You got also J.C. Horn in the cornerback room, in the safety room. Well, not the safety room, but the secondary is what we like to call it. We
Mm-hmm.
had J.C. Horn as the untouchable piece to move around and build around. We had a bevy of guys on each level that we should have said, let's go get another corner opposite of JC. Stop playing around with D-Jack. We should have took our time. Bada boom. Derek Brown is there. Let's go get Jalen Carter at number 9. Pair him with him. Put those two. Have a monster duo. Let's say, okay, boom. We look at remember I told you guys Jack Campbell was my pick to go and get last year. If we didn't get Jalen Carter, we should have went and got a guy like Jack Campbell, but we didn't. You had Drew Sanders that was sitting there top of the second round. We bypassed him. We should have went and got him. Had the anchor of the middle of your defense together. That way, the glue and the pieces to your puzzle was already starting to fit together. And then we could have come out and do what we do best in the Carolinas: play defense.
Now
Have an
Q.
elite defense. Yes, sir.
Now Q. Now you on the defense. That ain't all. You need complimentary football. On offense, while we was at 9, we had a dynamic.
Hold on, MDJ. I got Omar Tillman. Great content, fellas. We appreciate you, Omar, for that
Oh yeah.
199 super sticker. Y'all let
Yes,
Omar
sir.
light them up.
Oh yeah.
All right,
Appreciate that.
appreciate it. Go ahead, MDJ. Appreciate you,
Yeah,
Omar.
I was just gonna touch on the other side of the ball because you had DJ Moore, a dynamic wide receiver, and you see what he did post Panther life. You also had Foreman and Chuba Hubbard coming off their best seasons of their career at the time. You had just drafted Akeem Ekwonu and left tackle, who actually had a good rookie season. So it ain't just the defense that was set up. The offense had a few pieces that we might could have actually did something with. If you really look at what happened prior to how it unfolded.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you 1000%. We all knew that for a young rookie coming in, which we said last year, we shouldn't have took a quarterback in last year's draft. We all said that this year's draft, with the talent that was going to be coming out here, which we saw 6 quarterbacks went in the first round. In the first 15 picks, 6 quarterbacks went. So with the talent that you saw here, you knew that this was going to be the year of the quarterback. Now, what we do, we ignore that and we went out and we got the notion that the Carolina Panthers was going to select a quarterback then. And once we heard that, we said, okay, well, if you're going to pick and you're going to pick out of the bunch, the real choices would have been between, now this is us personally here on Black Cat,
Yeah,
between
yeah.
Stroud, AR-15, Levis, and Bryce Young. Those were the consensus four that everybody said it out of the four. One of those young rookies you're going to be seeing coming in the Panthers jersey if they were to decide to take a quarterback. Well, Will Levis got pushed to the side because he had a little rush where they were talking about him coming up top, but then they pushed him back down. He had a bit of a media, a media flush where he had about a week or two at the top. Then you had AR-15 who had a couple of weeks up at the top. Then, like I said, fresh off the combine, he killed the combine. But they said he was a 3-year project. They didn't want to see him on the field. They didn't want to see him in Carolina. Panther fans turned a blind eye to AR-15. CJ Stroud was the next guy. CJ Stroud was the next guy. And the number one thing with CJ, his S2 scores is what came out. And it created a whole nother dark cloud around him. So it left the consensus Bryce Young. And from there, the Carolina Panthers decided that this guy was going to be their future. And in order to get up from where we were sitting at 9, they said, okay, it's going to come down between Brian Burns and it's going to come down between DJ Moore. And they stood fast. They stood tall on not trading Burns.
But what did the Panthers want to give up, Q? Go ahead and inform them on what the Panthers originally would have given up.
Well, from what we understand, to go up from 9 to 1, it was going to be a later round pick. We would have swapped from 9 to 3. Would have swapped 9 to 3, and we would have gave them an extra. I think it was like a second or either a late round pick after that. That was going to be it.
No player.
No player.
Future first rounder.
And that was with the Cardinals.
No player. Yeah, and no player.
That was with the Cardinals. That's how we got to this point. And then it was said that Scott Fitterer said this in his interview after he made the trade. He said, well, I'm sitting in my office and Mr. Tepper leans his head in the door. And the first thing he said, well, why don't you, instead of going to 3, why don't you go to 1? And therefore, hence, they said my man Poole, who was the general manager of the Bears, is like, okay, what do you want? We want a player. For number one, it became we want a player. Who do you want to look at? They only had their eyesight on 2 people. That's Brian Burns. Well, they had their eyesight on 3 people, and they took Derek Brown immediately off the table. They said, no, sir, Derek Brown is not going to be for trade. Then they said, okay, well, that leaves Brian Burns and that leaves DJ Moore. And they said, okay, we're not giving up Brian Burns. We deem him valuable. 25-year-old pass rusher in this league. We're not giving him up. And then they said, okay, we'll give you DJ. We just signed DJ to a $16 million deal, but we will ship him to you. And we made one of, I think, the biggest mistakes at that moment was trading DJ Moore, because you just traded the number 1 running back in the NFL. Now you trading a top 15 receiver that you would need, 2 key vital parts that you would need for a young quarterback.
That's 2 key parts. Our offense is so lackluster, people. You understand? You just traded away 2 vital key parts to this offense. 1,000-yard running back receiver combo in C-Mac, and 1,000-yard receiver no matter who he playing with in DJ.
Think about it, Go. Right. Having CMC is like having an extra number 1 receiver. When you think about the production that you're getting from him, that's like having a whole number 1. That's like having an X. You lost 2 X's and you lost a running back. If you think about it, that's about 75% of your offensive production right there.
Now, 75%. While you on that, Q, let's be honest now. Let's be honest with the people. We traded Christian McCaffrey 4 picks, right? That actually seemed at the time, now, hear me out, it seemed to work out for not only CMC, it actually seemed to work out for us, because at that point in the season, our running game kind of took off. Foreman showed to be formidable. Chuba Hubbard showed that he had potential. So the running game was fine, but you give away your best offensive weapon and DJ Moore. The only thing
Hold
on the
up.
table that the Bears want is DJ Moore, your best offensive player, or Brian Burns, your best defensive player.
Hold up, MDJ. Now you got to put it all in perspective. All in perspective. When you talk about a Christian McCaffrey, right? The Panthers organization went to Christian McCaffrey and said, "Look here, man. Let's restructure your deal." Just like they did Shaq Thompson. And you see where we're stuck with Shaq for one more year. They wanted to restructure Christian McCaffrey in the same way. You just did this to Christian McCaffrey a year ago, and you didn't get him no more players, right? A Hall of Famer just was on the pivot by the name of Calvin Johnson, who said Detroit tried to do the same thing to him, and he was tired of putting his body on the line and getting his body where it needed to be year in and year out to be excellent like he was. And these guys, the organization, was not doing nothing to put pieces around him.
They
So
failed
that's
him.
the way they failed him. That's the way Christian McCaffrey felt for us. So he said, no, I'm not going to restructure my deal anymore because you're not doing the right thing as an organization. Trade me. That's the whole perspective, MDJ.
But post CMC, where I was going with it, post CMC, at the time your running game still had life. Did it not? It had life in it. So at the time you had offense to build around. You were just missing one piece. That's the quarterback. But if you take away the best offensive weapon you got, or your other option is you take away the best defensive player that we have at the time, because Brian Burns, whether you say it's Derek Brown now, Brian Burns at the time was better than Brown in pretty much everybody's eyes. I'll attest to that. So which they turned down 2 first-round picks for. So I guess maybe Scott Fitterer or Tepper looked at it like, well, if it's gonna be somebody, it's gonna be DJ Moore. But what does that do when you look into draft that key position at quarterback? What does that do to your team? And I think at that moment, making that decision to pull the trigger with either one of them was a bad move. They should have just went to 3. You know what I'm saying? They should have just went to 3. You would have had your wide receiver. You wouldn't go in that same draft going wide receiver hunting. You would have had a defensive end. You wouldn't be looking for a premier edge rusher. You'd be looking to get him a running mate. And you still would have Derek Brown.
And you talking about DJ Moore is what, 24, 25? And Brian Burns is 25? And you're talking about we moving off of pieces that's you're supposed to, these are pillar pieces. Pillar. Do other people understand what a pillar is? When you building a house and you put a pillar there, it's supposed to hold everything up. It's supposed to be a foundational piece.
And I'm gonna piggyback on that. I'm gonna piggyback on that a little bit, Q. MDJ kind of said, our running post CMAC, the running game was still straight. You had Chuba Hubbard over here, you had Blackshear, and you had the dude that went to Chicago.
Foreman.
What his name? Foreman. Deontay Foreman. Yeah. Okay, so them 3 backs right there. Do you remember one time CMC was damn near 85% of our offense? That's the type of home run hitting talent that you can put that whole offense go back. Now you don't want to do that, but you can. So you had 3 people giving you the production of one guy. You see what I'm saying? Just like you just said, you're taking DJ Moore, CMC. We still ain't replacing DJ Moore. Tell me what we replaced DJ Moore. We still ain't replaced CMC.
You still trying.
All the 3 of them.
Well, go for that for DJ's last year, and people are arguing you down. They'll say Adam Thielen getting that 1,000 yards was replacing DJ Moore, even though we know a 33-year-old receiver that's on his last legs, which you're gonna have to replace after a year, is not replacing a young stud in DJ Moore that's 24, 25 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
with
that's what
at
I'm
least
talking about.
6 to 7 years before he's ever at the point of where Adam Thielen is. You still got 6, 7 years of production that might grow before he even reached the point of what you so-called replace him with. You see where I'm going with it? So DJ Moore shouldn't even have been, to me, shouldn't even have been on the table. The same way you hung up the phone when they asked for Brian Burns, you should have hung up the phone when they said DJ Moore name. You should have just hung up the phone right there. We'll get a
When they
quarterback
ask
at 3.
that, when you seem thirsty, you know what I'm
There,
saying?
there
You
you
gonna have
go. Thirst. Thirst got us in
when
this
you're thirsty.
position.
When the thirst hit,
The
you gonna ask
quarterback.
for more on the other
See,
end of that phone.
these boys were so horny. They saw the quarterback position in this draft and they got moist every time they think about it.
Yeah,
Just a
yeah.
little drip, a drippet of, oh my God. Oh, next thing you know, we
It's
trading
over.
up hell, heaven, and earth
It's
to
over.
get D. Look at here. We'll give you D8. We'll give you D. We'll give you our first round pick. We'll give you a second round pick.
Uh-huh.
Hell, we'll give you late round picks too. Wow.
And that's it. If I'm Brian Pools on the other phone, I said, well, that's all right. Well, what else you give me, man? I need a little bit more. You see that point? He giving now. He just giving it out. He just giving. He just giving. So fuck it. They gonna give you something else. When you got them just giving. Negotiations around here, man. I don't know. The shit. You can come around this motherfucker and get anything. When these
Yeah.
motherfuckers start talking about quarterbacks and shit like that, you can get anything out of their ass.
Look at here. Y'all see it
They'll
in the
give it
chat
up.
right now. Shout out to Lizzie. Not Morris. Yeah, King JP. The boys got Morris. Kitty. You got it right.
Wet
Drip.
water.
All over themselves. Let me tell you
Spit
something.
flag.
The cure had been if you make that move, you bona fidely, and Scott Fitterer said this, you don't make that move unless you have conviction of what you're trying to do, of on a guy that you deem worthy to uproot your entire franchise. Now think about what else Scott Fitterer said. If you get it wrong, you will be in limbo for 5 years. 5 years is what he said.
Woo.
How that looking so far?
This was the same motherfucker that got it wrong. Mind you, the same motherfucker got it wrong is telling you the guidelines on what's gonna happen if you get it wrong. Where they do that shit at? Where do they do that shit at?
Well, unfortunately, a lot of people feel like we haven't gotten it wrong yet. They need to see, just like our brother Edge that came on here, he said, I need to see just a little bit more to make sure that it's as bad as I think it is. You know, just in case my eyes deceive me. So this is where we're at right now with the fans. But when we take a deep dive into what we could have had, when you look at a team that could have had Derek Brown, Jalen Carter, or potentially Drew Sanders sitting here along with Frankie Louvu, Brian Burns, you looking around, you could have took a corner. Hell, sooner or later. With all these late round moves that they could have made to build this team, this defense should have been elite by now. Azero Evero should have had multiple young pieces to work with. And then you look offensively, when you're saying, okay, the production, you lose your number one running back, you lose your number one wide receiver. We just went back in the draft this year and tried to replace that. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
After 2 years of watching those same positions go dry.
Well, you skipped over something, Q, because once again, like I said, the running game had took off, right? So what
Yes,
you
sir.
do is, instead of just keeping what you had going, you go in free agency and give Miles Sanders $20 million.
Well,
now,
they should have paid Foreman.
Yeah, exactly, for less money. And now you're in the draft looking to replace Sanders because that's done failed you too.
Well, think about this, MDJ. Foreman would have been a cheaper asset to have in here. You could have paid about $4 million. You could have given him a 2-year deal, $8 million, and you could have went in the draft and drafted a running back behind him, and therefore you didn't put out the $24 million you gave to Miles Sanders. Miles Sanders come out here and looks like the hottest piece of wet shit I've ever seen all goddamn year last year. But at least you could sit here and say you could dignify giving the money if you could have got production out of Miles Sanders, but you didn't get shit out of him. You
You
didn't
know
get
where
a
that money could
damn
have went?
thing out of him.
You know where that
What's
money
up?
could have went though? Goat probably could have took that and added that to the pot and kept this guy around.
I'll be damned.
I don't know, MD. Say that again.
Could
You
have
could
kept
have took
Burns around.
the money that you gave Sanders. You could have took that money, and it might have been able to keep your guy around
Well, think about it,
before
MDJ.
you get to the next season. Before you
Think,
get to the point of where we were last year.
think about this,
Listen
MDJ.
what
The money
I'm saying.
you
Go ahead.
gave
Go ahead.
Miles Sanders, Hayden Hurst, who's no longer on the team, and Bradley Bozeman. Those three guys you could have re-signed Burns. And think about it. You just threw away, I'd say, well over $50-60 million out of them three guys. It's a lot of goddamn money when you think about it.
Okay. Another part of the conversation we was having earlier. Half-ass. Let's stick to half-ass. We spent $155 million along the offensive line. And you end up moving a guard who's never played center before on a professional basis, getting a check to play that position. He's an all-pro guard, but he's never played the center position before in competitive football. You move him over after spending $155 million to solidify your offensive line in
Mm-hmm.
a draft that was chock full of fifth-year seniors, COVID voucher guys, some of the best in the country. We did a show on nothing but guard. Jackson Powers and so I done forgot some of the other guys we did the
Van
scouting
Pran,
report on.
Cooper
They said
BB, all those
they
guys. Yeah.
said two of them guys, they said they were plug and play, ready right now. Had the prerequisite strength and speed to come out there on the NFL level and play day one. Now, what I do things, do it completely. They should have been a new guard in there on both sides and a new center. Your second going in his third year and your anchor over there on that right hand side in Taylor Moore. Because you can't get out of his contract no damn way.
Now, go.
But
I'm gonna
you
ask
half ass.
I want to ask a question. Anybody in the chat. Either one of y'all just answer it for me, right? So Austin Corbett, he's on your offensive line, right? That's a fact, right? We
Yes,
all say that's a fact.
yes.
He's on your offensive line. He's your starting
Yeah,
center,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Why would you move him to center instead of just keeping him at guard where he been playing and just draft a center
Draft. There
when you
you
only
go.
got to get one fucking guard? Why would you do that if you
Now
don't
you
have him
get
on
it,
your
my
line
friend.
anyway? Why
Now
are
you
you
Stupid
get it,
moving him?
my friend.
Stupid
Why are
shit,
you moving
dog.
him? Is there a reason we moving him?
One,
I just want anybody.
it's called MDJ. It's called jumping the damn gun. Another relationship to being thirsty. You understand what I'm saying? You sitting up there saying, I gotta get a guard. I gotta solidify the line. I gotta solidify the guy. Okay. Supposedly, well, not supposedly, there was articles out there that Bradley Bozeman took up for his line mates and they shipped his ass to LA, to the Chargers, for talking back to the teacher, being insubordinate. He got shipped off. You know, Christensen and Corbett had injuries that kept them out a big chunk of the season last year. But you knew they was coming back. Hell, Austin Corbett's still in the contract. Why in the hell you still spend 155?
Yeah. They just
To have
assigned
him play
Austin Corbett.
center?
Not Austin
That's what
Corbett,
I'm
Bradley
saying.
Bozeman. Go. What they were saying when they did that, they're saying that these young boys that they saw in this draft is not going to be as sufficient as Austin Corbett. When once okay, think about it. Man, what I always tell you about guards and centers and stuff like that when you draft one in the first round, second round. What I always tell you, it's going to take at least a year or two for that type of talent to start manifesting on the field. So in fast forward, they're saying we need a known product right now on this offensive line that we don't have time to wait to develop. We just did that with Chandler Zavala. You get what I'm saying? But what they didn't look at, you got him in the fourth round, which is what I always call developmental talent. You got to make sure that you cater to whatever your strengths on the offensive line is or weaknesses, whatever you take in the developmental player in the later rounds. They didn't do that. So instead, you got guys like, okay, let's go throw 100 million and Hunt. Let's go. Be mindful. Lewis is a normal starting level guard. $50 million. Most guards, starting caliber guards, go for around anywhere to 7 to at the very most. Starting caliber in the NFL right now, $12 million probably. 7 to 12. We're paying these guys. We're paying Hunt $20 million a year. Talking about overpaying. Lewis hasn't even taken a snap, but Lewis is being paid like the guy. You get what I'm saying? Like he's made multiple Pro Bowls and they haven't. Overpaying
had
for what you need when you don't have time to draft what you need because you're on fast forward.
you had 9 offensive linemen go in the first round. 9 guards and tackles. When have you seen 9 to 10 guards and tackles go in the top 32? Hell, a bunch of them went in the top 25. Guards, tackles, and a center, Graham Barton from Duke. Graham Barton from Duke. Guess where Graham Barton from Duke went? To the Bucks. They valued a center enough to draft one in the first round with their first round pick. Huh? Why couldn't we?
Once again, go. I think I just stated it clearly. When you're trying to say I want to win this year, we have to put together a product right now because it's fast forward. It's ah. It's panic now. You get what I'm saying? Your ass cheeks is tight coming in as a GM when you're giving, okay, when your head man is telling you, you got this year to figure this shit out. This is the type of shit you do. You go and you get known commodities that you don't have time to wait to see if they can develop. This is the type of shit we just did. We did it with Wanham. We did it with A Train. Whatever his name is, Ashawn Robinson. We did it. Josie Jewell. None of these guys are A plus. None of these guys are B plus. These guys are just B level, competitors coming through the door.
And that's not
Serviceable.
that's serviceable, and that ain't terrible. But the problem is there's no longevity in that. If you really look at it, there's no longevity in that. If you looking to build a team, build a team, a rebuild, building a team, you get young talent. By the time this talent, by the time the team gets where it need to be, them guys is on their way out. You get ready to flush them, and you finna have to replace them. So it's like you're not really going nowhere. It's like you
You're
just
always
circling the
playing
block.
catch up. There
You
you
just
go.
circling the block. You ain't getting on the highway. You ain't moving yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all something y'all probably wouldn't never heard in my mouth. You know what I mean? The Carolina Panthers moved up and got Xavier Leggett, right? Then what they did, they moved. The next pick was at the 46th position where they got Jonathan Brooks. But prior to that, like I said, Graham Barton from Duke comes off at 20 something like that, 20 something for the Bucks. One shit we could do about that. We weren't gonna move up to solidify him. But Jackson Powers Johnson comes off at 44. Now we trade out of 39 with him still on the board. You fuck around and get Jackson Powers Johnson, and like you said, and like I said, you do a whole job, at least one whole job. You solidify something on this team, which is the offensive line. You just paid 155 million. You got all the way across the board studs. You heard nothing out my mouth. You know what I'm saying? At least about that, because you solidified at least one part of this football team for the future, for the next 5 years. Because you just signed Hunt to what, a 4-year, 5-year deal. So
Yeah, Hunt got a 4-year deal.
You just solidified this team for the next 4 years. There ain't a damn thing I can say about that. You just got a stud center for the next foreseeable 10 years after his rookie deal, and then you sign him again, and then you got another stud that you just paid for the next 4 years. Then you could rotate some of these other guys out by, if it takes another 3 years for somebody to pop out to draft this and that, but you have just solidified at least one thing on your team for the next 5 to 6 years. At least.
Now go. It's funny. It's funny you mentioned 5 to 6 years, right? This what I've come to realize, right? You said solidify a team for 5 to 6 years, which is what you would want to do if you're building a team. But the Panthers know they ain't even building a team. To be honest with you, they'll tell us that, but they know they're not building a team. If you was building a team,
Well, what we doing here with empty day? What the fuck are we doing then?
It's like you said, it's half-assed. If you're gonna tell me you bringing in pieces that's gonna be staples here, you wouldn't go get a receiver that's only under contract for 1 year. You wouldn't go sign a linebacker for 2 years. You wouldn't put them on 2-year deals if you was actually building for the future.
Well, MDJ, I might have to stop your ass right there, because what you told me is sometimes you got to get on the level and get in the mind frame of some of these people. So what if, and I'm going to just pose this, what if what we seeing from Dan Morgan and what we saw from Scott Fitter was them actually thinking that they was solidifying these moves? What if this is as far as they can see going forward? What if their vision is limited in the positions that they are?
Trouble.
Wow.
Trouble. We in trouble.
What if this is the best that they could do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know where you're going, because you know what I be saying about getting on somebody's level and understanding how they mind working, bro. And I hadn't even thought about it like that with them, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But
what if this is the best that Dan Morgan, what's his name, Scott Fitterer, what if they're saying, hey, what if we get this guy? This guy is going to solidify what we need at that particular moment. At this particular moment right here, we need a receiver. Let's go get Adam Thielen. Okay, at this particular moment, we need a tight end, but we don't need to go and draft one particularly. Let's go get Hayden Hurst. Okay, scratch that. Coming in, I'm just learning from what Scott Fitterer did. I need to go ahead and draft a tight end this time. Okay, let me go ahead and let me get Jatavion Sanders. You get what I'm saying? You seeing these motherfuckers learn on the fly. To me, that is a problem when you're watching GMs and people and you're saying, where's the longevity in some of the stuff that we're doing? There's no longevity thinking.
I'm seeing other teams do this. Why can't we?
Well, and like I told y'all earlier, I look at San Fran roster. I look at how well their stuff, just as simple as a front seven, or just as simple as an offensive line with Trent. My man Trent Williams over there, man. Look, you see a lot of them bodies that they have stacked up, and they're throwing big money at these boys. $30 million here, $20 million there, $25 million here. So I don't want to hear that excuse that we can't afford to pay guys. No. We have Tillis in the building now. I don't want to hear that. You get what I'm saying? What we're looking at with a lot of these guys coming in is their right now moves, their quickly thought moves that they figure could patch a lot of stuff and buy them time. These are not longevity moves that's going to make the franchise better, because just like MDJ saying, you're going in limbo. You're going to have to come right back around and address these positions in a year or two. These same positions that they just went. You're gonna
You
have to
playing check.
go and get an edge rusher where you went and got Clowney. You're gonna have to eventually get a middle linebacker where you went and got a 30-year-old Josie Jewell. You're gonna have to go and get another edge rusher because you went and got Wanham. He got leg issues now where he may not even hit the field. You got Ashawn Robinson, who I say I watched this guy being mildly inconsistent all year last year. Tuttle is inconsistent. Derek Brown is the only made man that's in the front seven right now. You're looking at
Playing checker.
That's it.
yes, you're gonna have to draft in these positions right in another year or two. I hate to tell you.
Okay. Since you said, what was Tuttle contract?
Tuttle had a
Have one about
2-year deal.
It's a 2-year deal.
Okay.
So after this year, his contract up.
Or 3-year deal. Is it a 2 or 3-year deal?
Either way, he's already been here for 1 year. Either way, you either got him for this year and that's it, or next year that's it. Either way,
Okay.
either way, it's 2 years max from now.
It's not a future move, Gold.
You drafted a D tackle. I forget the dude's name, and nobody ain't said a damn word about him. They ain't said a damn word about. I ain't heard shit about that nigga coming out of OTA.
It's a damn shame I can't remember his fucking name. I never
we drafted a D tackle.
It's bad. We did, man.
Crematic.
Crematic. I had to get go on my damn memory bank for that shit. I forgot all about
him. Yeah.
Under
the radar.
Nobody said shit about him. Order damn 2. Actually, if you really want to be so, order 2 motherfucking linebackers. Nobody said a damn word about them. How they look or nothing.
Yeah, well, shout out to Vietnam for this $4.99 super chat. He said, please relax, fellas. Let's see how things go this year. And then the next year, we can use all of that money and our top picks to build this defense. So he's saying basically, fuck this year. Let's just sit back and look. Shout out to Vietnam.
But Vietnam, I feel like that was said last year.
There you go. We just did this.
Okay, rinse and repeat. I told y'all they're gonna rinse and repeat.
We just did this, cuz.
Just said the same. Everybody was telling me the same shit last year, Vietnam. Just watch it go. Look and see. We're gonna do this right here come next year. We're gonna have the money. Such and such is coming off the books. Y'all don't remember that shit? Teddy money coming out, Baker money coming out the books, Sam money coming off the books. Vietnam, you just spent 155. Bruh, ain't no money coming off no goddamn books come next year. Other than Shaq Thompson, you done kicked his shit. He's in void years, if I'm not mistaken. Am I right about that, Q? Because I don't want to be wrong. We're going to be
paying Shaq Thompson until the 2027 year. Think about it. His contract is up after this season, but he will receive $3 million per year to the 2027 season because they kicked the can down the road with him.
Hey, listen, man. I'm going to apply this shit to real life. You can wait all you want to. Until you get your ass up and do something, ain't nothing gonna change. If you just keep doing the same shit over and over, you finna get the same result, man. You know what I'm saying? And I know he understands that. I know for a fact he knows exactly what I'm saying. So, I understand, relax, but, man, if you say that last year, guess what? You're gonna say that next year.
MDJ,
the same shit next year, bro.
MDJ, I gotta bring you back. I gotta bring you back down to earth, brother. Remember what you just told me? Sometimes you got to get into the mind of some of these people. Now, you talking about cats who aren't too concerned with winning or losing because we've had a losing culture the last 7 years. So they say, we get them next year. We get them next year. And before you look down and look up, it's 15 years. You know what I'm saying?
We get them next year. Oh,
we get them next year.
Jump up and down. We got this dude right here out of this place right here.
We got people saying we going to the Super Bowl after we just broke this shit down just now. There's people online. If you go to Twitter or X is what they call it. There's some crazy fuckers saying we going to the Super Bowl. That we going to the playoffs. We're going to the division. We're going to win the division. They're talking crazy because one, they are forcing themselves to believe a lie. The lie is this team is not good. And guess what
Trevor
else?
just got. Trevor just got his money. I didn't see that.
So think about it, man. What they're telling people right now is we're a good team when we're not a good team until shown otherwise.
Yeah.
Stop jumping. Stop going out there saying we're going to win the Super Bowl because you're starting to sound like foolish Cowboy fans now. You get what I'm saying? We turning into the Cowboy fans now because we're talking about division and stuff like that. And what did we win last year, Go? How many games we won last year?
2.
How many games we won the year before that?
7.
How many games we won the year before that? 3 years in a row?
5.
5 games.
Losing seasons.
There you go.
Losing seasons.
5.
There you go.
Back.
There you go.
But just relax. Just relax.
Just relax.
Wait till next
Yeah,
year.
tell me to relax.
On,
Telling me to relax.
Can't do
I'm
it,
going to
man.
spend $400-$500 on goddamn tickets when I go and sit my ass in that stadium. But you're telling me to relax.
Now look,
You get what I'm saying?
Hold up, y'all. This hey, King JP, this does it does go in with the topic like a half-ass rebuild. If we keep on half-ass rebuilding, if we keep on relaxing, if we keep on waiting till next year, Trevor Lawrence of the Jacksonville Jaguars just agreed to a 5-year, $275 million contract extension. $275 million. He just reset the market, didn't he?
But guess what Jacksonville did with their team? They rebuilt it. They rebuilt their team because before he got there, they won shit.
But what I'm saying though, MPJ,
They also paid their goddamn edge rusher that AKA had 8 sacks one season, 8 sacks the next, and exploded for 17. So they didn't say he didn't have impact sacks the first 2 seasons. No, they paid that motherfucker.
But Q, I'm gonna tell you, you know where that go to? What I said earlier. You know, I ain't gonna divulge into what we were talking about because it's spicy. But guess when they paid him? When he did what he did, they went ahead and paid him. They didn't pay him when he had got an 8. So if we was gonna pay our guy, it should have been when the year before.
When he got that 12.5 sacks, that's when he should have got his fucking money.
That's when you should have paid him.
But see,
and that would have shut everybody up.
Look at this, DJ. That we was talking about. You got to pay the talent. $142 million guaranteed. That's $55 a year, matching Joe Burrow, who was the leading. He just reset. He matched him. He didn't reset the market. So him and Joe is right up there at number 1A, 1B.
Yeah, but you know, without a doubt, they got their guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's their guy.
No doubt.
There's no disputing it.
They got their coach. They got their defense. They got their weapons. They got it all.
They got hope. They got actual hope. That's the team that should be talking about. We going to the playoffs.
They got a team.
That's the team. Jacksonville was the laughing stock in this mode for a while.
It's gonna come on that rookie deal. You gonna have to shit or get off the motherfucking pot.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
And now them quarterback deals is going up and away.
Up and away.
$55 million, right up there with Joe Burrow.
I thought you worried, Go. There's somebody else I know gonna get $55 million in the future.
But listen. look at that division. I want you to look at that division.
Ends up getting that for 94, 98 yards of production. Motherfucker. Games that had 100 and something. No, you won't.
I don't know why you keep your blood pressure up.
Not on my motherfucking watch.
Yes, sir. On your watch, Rolex watch, any kind of watch, Timex, Rolex, Movado, Rolo, you gonna have it. Yes, sir.
Not that. Hell no.
Yes, sir.
Hey, look, I'm about to say something. I hope the motherfuckers ain't listening, man. But I got to say it, bro. I got to be real. Now, just looking at that division right there, and what they all did at their quarterback positions, and how people was laughing at that division, If we keep relaxing and don't do what the fuck we got to do, that's what the fuck finna happen to us. Because as much as I talk shit when they did it, and I still will talk shit that they did it. But you know what Atlanta did? They doubled down on that fucking quarterback position because they already know what it is. We better get one of these motherfuckers that
I'm
work.
telling
You know what I'm saying? Now they
Yes, sir. Go
doubled
get a
down and
sure
we
product.
laughing. And we laughing because they doubled down. But you know what we can do though?
Yeah, we're gonna be
We can
crying
double
in a
down.
minute.
We gonna have to do something. You finna have to do something. You can't just relax. You can't keep waiting to see if he gonna do right. Nah, you better
yeah,
go ahead and do it.
that's
What
gonna
you
happen.
mean, MDJ? You gonna have to wait and see if he do right. You got people
Yeah,
saying, "I need to see another
I
year.
ain't got.
I need to know if he gonna hurt me or not."
Hey,
these
listen,
niggas get
man.
55 million a motherfucking walk. You know what I'm saying? 140 some odd. You know what I'm saying? Guarantee. And I need to see another year. I need to see. Okay, by the time you gonna be, it's year 4. Here come year 4. Hell, it's already next year. Be year 3. Next year gonna be year 3.
Yeah. You keep saying, I need to see more. I need to see more." Okay. Well, half of
Okay,
these boys be dead and gone. Talking about they need to see more. I need to see more.
okay.
I need to see more.
Then guess
On his
okay.
headstone, we could put, "He needed to see more."
Seymour. Fucking
Time,
Seymour.
time
Hey,
this
there you
That's
guy.
that
go.
motherfucking
There you
nickname,
We
go.
Seymour.
can't afford.
Seymour.
We can't
There you
afford.
go. Seymour.
I'm gonna call that motherfucker Seymour.
Damn, what happened to him? He kept wanting to see more. God damn. Yeah, well, good luck.
Half-ass
I'm,
rebuild, man.
mhm.
That's what I told you, MDJ. You got to pay the talent. When time comes to pay the talent and build in the draft, then you look at the squad. You at least solidify something. You ain't got a bunch of hired guns on the motherfucking team. On like you said, 1 year, 2 year contract. That's no future in that. There ain't no future in that shit. Can't build nothing like that. Then you get to the point where you ain't gonna be able to pay a motherfucker
The only
because
thing
you
gonna
ain't
happen
gonna
is
get
that
it in a position.
even if it do work, you know what I'm saying? Even if it do work, in 2 years the shit gonna fall right the fuck back down because you ain't got nothing in place. You have nothing there. You have nothing to fall back on. It's almost like you go spend all your money in the bank and then the next year you don't fucking work. You ain't got shit,
Well,
really. You had all
what
that shit.
MDJ, they hoping to spend the money in the bank, but they hoping their retirement is gonna dig them out. So the retirement for us is gonna be the draft. They're gonna say, okay, shit, let us try to hit back in the draft the next 2 years to try to double back. We'll have 7 picks in each round. That's why I'm gonna go back and try to get that pick back that we lost, and I'm gonna make sure I get that shit so that way we can hit in the draft the next year.
But Q, you said that shit earlier though. 1 year is a quarterback draft. 1 year is a big man draft. 1 year is a wide receiver skill position. A bunch of running backs or something like that. It seems like, bruh, we a day late and a dollar short. We come late to the party, all the food ate up. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have no first round draft pick this year right here when all that talent was up there in that damn draft. No first round. What the fuck are we doing, bruh? Then you go up and get. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I got to say it. You go up and get a motherfucking receiver that you could have gotten a later round. Talking about a fucking 5th year option. That's bullshit.
Well, well, we wanted to give him the option of not paying him right out the gate. You know,
5
that's what we
years.
were thinking. They
5 years
already
down the
been
line.
thinking about scheming on a nigga and plotting on the motherfucker, man. That was their thought process already. Well, if we trade up, we can get the 50 option. We don't have to pay him for the first 5 years. Word? If I'm Xavier Leggett and I hear them say that stupid ass shit, I'm like, get me the fuck up out of here, dog. Cause you already talking about fucking me to my face. You get what I'm saying? If I'm 23 or 22, you mean to tell me my first contract may not come till I'm 28 or 27, somewhere up in there? You trying to tell me that? And then who's to say? You might say, well, you already getting close to 30. We don't want to pay you. Then you 1 year me on a franchise tag and franchise tag me again. I'm out the league at 31, 32 with no money. Well, not no money. You get like $4 million And the money that they're getting right now at receiver is a big difference because they're getting 16, 17, $20 million. Hell, Justin Jefferson just got 35 million.
Just got
So the money
35.
for
Yeah,
receiving is going up.
it's going up. So if we finally do get an X receiver, if we finally do get a, say you get an X receiver in here next year, or Leggett pans out, if he pans out and is a Justin Jefferson type, this motherfucker catching shit, 50-50 ball, running routes like a, whatever. He got to get that type of money.
But
Well, how
why are we skipping to fucking Leggett? What about why are we saying this shit about Leggett? What about Terrence Marshall? What about fucking Jonathan Mingo? We just drafted Jonathan Mingo. Like, no, these the motherfuckers we need to be talking about, man. Like, let's be real. A rookie is a rookie, right? And I'm gonna say this: a rookie can come out, hit the ground running, or a rookie could be a rookie, or he could be good. Man, we got motherfuckers that we done had here that we should be talking about that should be fucking good, man. We shouldn't
You
be
got a
just skipping over all these motherfuckers
day.
we just drafted to
You
these
got a
motherfuckers.
new
That
regime
shit
in
ain't
here,
gonna work, man.
MPJ. You got a new regime in this motherfucker. They get ready. They gonna go out there to draft, free agency, their guys. You see, motherfucker Canales steady bringing motherfuckers in from Seattle. Motherfuckers he done played with or had
UFL?
on his team from the UFL or from the goddamn Bucks or wherever he done had people from. This the filter these other motherfuckers up out of here. They got to go.
That just puts you. That
That
just puts you. But that just puts you behind even more. Like you really think about it, man. All the other teams, it's like we going to a party, right? The NFC South a party, right? You know, we done spent some money. We got a nice outfit on, but we ain't got shit in our pocket. So when we go
Oh,
out, we ain't
okay.
got shit. We ain't got jack shit compared to where I'm looking at Atlanta. You know, okay, they had our jib, but guess what they did? They went and got another running back. They got Bijan. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
In
But
the
we get
words
but when
of
we get somebody, we just say, okay, fuck Mingo, we got Leggett. Let's hope Leggett work out. Like, man, that you can't build a team like that. At some point you have to develop the people that you actually draft. Or you really ain't got shit. Like you got to develop these guys. We skipping all over people that we just drafted.
yeah,
It's ridiculous, man. Or
we
they just
window
they
shopping.
just leave. They just leave for nothing.
Hmm.
It's
Oh yeah,
ridiculous,
they end up
bro.
leaving for nothing. They end up leaving for nothing. That's the biggest thing. They just end up walking out the door.
And that hurt me to my soul to hear them say Frankie Louvu is the heart and soul of the Washington defense already. And I'm sitting here looking like, bro, you got Jeremy Chin there. Hey, you got Robbie Wagner, Allen Payne. You got all them boys there, and they saying this guy coming in is already taking over. Now, be mindful, Frankie Louvu, we could have kept him. They offered him more money from the Carolina Panthers side, but they did it too late because he said, I want the philosophy of a 4-3. I don't want to stay in this 3-4. And then he also probably look at this franchise and say, well, look who I got at quarterback. I'm going to be on the field all damn day. I want to at least have a fighting chance with a different side of a rookie with an elite defense to see what we can do over here in Washington. And on top of that, I'm in a hellified division where I'm on primetime TV. You
Now,
might give me commercials.
now, Q, what do we? I want you to answer two questions. What do we get for Frankie Louvu?
Not a damn thing.
So you treated him like you treated YGM, motherfucker who didn't give you shit. You let him walk for
Yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
And then the motherfucker who actually gave you something, he just get to walk away for nothing.
But
Now
that
German Chin,
tells you
what we
what
get
they
for German
thought.
Chin? Nothing.
That tells you what they thought of Frankie Louvu to allow him to walk in the free. They didn't even tag this, but who was on the franchise tag for this year right here?
Brian Burns was for a little bit,
It was Burns at first because they put
Burns.
him on the tag before they traded him.
but
So
they
be
put him
mindful,
that was for pretty
but
much
go,
for time issues.
but
That's
go.
all that was.
If you had the notion you were going to trade Brian Burns anyway,
Yeah, yeah,
What the
yeah.
fuck?
That was just for time.
Exactly.
anyway,
Exactly.
what was the
Yeah,
Exactly.
point of putting him on the franchise tag? Just you could say, let me buy myself another 2 weeks or another week or so,
yeah, yeah.
but I'm getting him up
That's what
out
he
of
was doing.
here.
That's
But
what
you
he was
got
doing.
Frankie
In the
Louvu,
meantime,
who
he
you
just walk
could
out
have
the back
tagged to
door.
keep. You could have tagged
But
him to
look,
keep.
okay. What I'm trying to tell
Stupid
y'all,
shit.
it was a strategic move to say they didn't. They knew they could get some type of deal for Burns. If it wasn't nothing but a third round pick, you know what I'm saying? They knew they could get some type of deal for him. They put him on the franchise tag, like y'all said, it was about a week or two or something like that, because it was a deadline. I think I don't know exactly what the date was. Don't hold me to it, y'all. In the chat and everything like that, that his regular contract year was gonna run out, like right there after the Super Bowl or some kind of shit like that. So they had to put something in place to hold him there till they got a trade deal done. You see what I'm saying? They between a rock and a hard place. I see what y'all
Yeah.
saying, but they had to put him on the motherfucker. So it was like we can't just let this guy here walk out the door, cause they knew that was a major talent that was gonna walk out the door. They'd really been a stupid motherfucker if they didn't get shit for it.
Well, I feel like we stupid motherfuckers for not getting shit for Luvu anyway. So I don't know, man. I don't
Go.
know. I
That's
don't know. I don't know.
MDJ.
I don't
I
know.
watch I watched Washington training camp the other day because I want to be nosy to look at Jaden Daniels. And guess who I see flying over making plays?
Who was that?
Jeremy goddamn Chin. Flying around making plays. Why is it that this boy can play in a 4-3? Now be mindful, they got a 4-3 over there. But I guess the last 2 or 3 years we had the 3-4, he decided, fuck it, I'm gonna sit down. I'm not touching it. I'm not hurting my numbers, fucking with this 3-4.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Or that
Why is
five,
that?
what are that 3-3-5 that Phil Snow was trying to run, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Where you had him going in the box, playing close to the line, moving back into coverage, and all kind of shit like that, playing the rover position.
I think it's clear as day he did not want anything to do with this 3-4, 3-3-5 type of bullshit we had the last couple of years. It's clear as day he wanted to play in a 4-3. He looked happy as hell too.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It was never broke.
Well, yeah, I
You
mean
fixing
that
shit.
now.
You
Now
fixing
you can
shit
put that
that
on.
just is
Yeah,
pointless.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can put that on your owner. You can put that on your owner, cause he coming. He was hellbound bent going to a 3-4.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have in Pittsburgh. But Pittsburgh has been running a 3-4 since, like that boy say, Moses wore short pants.
Yeah, blue bloods.
Since from yeah, from day one. They draft the personnel. They got backups on backups for that type of defense. They got people that's Hall of Famer in that type of defense. So I'm a draft a Palomalo type guy. I'm a draft an Ironhead Haywood type guy. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
on and on and on and on. It is what it is. Joey Porter. Now you got his damn son out there playing. Joey Porter Jr. in your damn defense. I mean, man, it's crazy. But we got to get there, y'all. We got to build that to that.
But you building something once again that ain't no long term solution because we all know Evero gonna get a job at some point. He gonna get a job. He done had so many interviews over the last 2 3 years. He's gonna get a job at some point. So you working
Hey,
and building
somebody
something that ain't gonna be there.
put that email inside the in the chat there, Q.
Yeah,
All
shout out to
right.
Miss Kitty. Miss Kitty, I apologize. I haven't checked the email in the last couple of days. I will check it right now and get on it
Okay,
for you. Sorry about that.
no doubt. Hey, look, man, I'm gonna throw it out there right now, y'all. I'm putting a link up in the chat. If anybody want to come in and got a different perspective on it, where y'all see we could have did something different in the draft, we could have done something different in free agency in the last couple of years. If the rebuild, restructure, retool looks good to you, then hey, it is what it is. If you're fine with everything, you need to see a little bit. Uh, just sit back and wait, like Fed Nam say. Come and tell us about it. There go my guy Omar Tillman. Let's see what Omar got to say. He's a positive brother. Omar, please.
Oh man,
Hey, what's going on, fellas? How y'all
How
doing?
how how are you
what's going
doing
on,
today,
bro?
sir?
What's happening? What's happening?
I'm doing good, bro. I can't complain, man. It's another day.
Well, tell us about it, brother. Tell us about it. How you feeling about the subject at hand?
I yeah, I want to say, man, that was a great little hour y'all convo y'all just had. I was listening while I was driving around getting food for the fam, so I was really locked in. Nah, it was a good conversation because, like, to start with your question, I can't say it's a rebuild because I feel like we're still not building towards anything. Like we still in no man's land. Like I guess the only building block we truly have is Derek Brown. That's the only person that I'll say, hey, that's our building block that we can stick in the ground. Could have been Brian
Okay.
Burns, but for what he wanted and for where the team was, we wasn't in. It wasn't good. Kind of like what MDJ did said. Brian Burns for us is like, hey, our rent, we ain't gonna be able to pay rent next week, but we about to go out and stand in line for some Jordans. It just didn't make sense. It didn't make sense for our books to kind of to break our
Omar.
back to pay Brian Burns, knowing we got a bunch of holes
So
on this team.
Omar, Jacksonville just paid Trevor Lawrence 275,
I
142
saw that.
guaranteed, 55 a year, brother. They're getting paid in the NFL. The salary cap just went up. They know they got
No,
this. You know, at one time, hold
yeah,
y'all. The NFL was the lowest paid over basketball, baseball, and all that shit. They got to start giving
it
this
was.
money now because they getting all this. This game is known now
Yeah,
internationally.
Netflix just
It's
dropped
trying
the
to go
bag for a
international.
Christmas Day game. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and
So
and
so
and go.
they got to start paying the piper. So you gonna see them type
They
of
do.
numbers right there. Y'all
Yeah, go.
motherfuckers is y'all still living in a low rent district. That's what
but
the fuck
go,
is wrong with y'all.
but go.
Y'all living in a goddamn low rent district.
This is what I
You
get.
living
This is
in
what
a
I
he
get. This is
halfway
my
telling
motherfucking
you,
fault. I brought
hood,
up Brian Burns. This is
MDJ.
my fault.
but he
You
halfway
living in
telling
the
you what
hood, bro.
he halfway telling you what
Go.
I was
You
telling
you
you
got
earlier.
you
At
got
a
to let
two
the
and
nigga get it
fifteen
out.
team,
Go.
there ain't no 2-15
Huh?
team that
I ain't
got a
talking them
$30 million
Yeah,
low rent
nigga on it,
district
bro. It's
motherfuckers.
no
I
team.
ain't listening to
Go.
these low district
Go. You got to let him
what?
get it out. Go. You got to let him get it
I'm not
out.
listening to these low rent district
Well, I'm
motherfuckers,
finna
man.
unplug your
I
ass,
don't
man.
know
What?
what
I'm a
God
penthouse
I
nigga.
damn.
gotta get to.
I'm a penthouse nigga. Y'all don't want to pay
It's
nobody.
my
That's all it
it's
is
my
to it.
fault.
Bro,
It's
you
my
ain't.
fault. No, that's not true. Go. I had no problem paying Brian Burns. Like I said, it just made no sense because we have so many other holes. When's the last, like to your point with Jacksonville and Trevor Lawrence? They just was in the playoffs 2 years ago. So it makes sense for them to lock up their quarterback. Miami's probably gonna be next with Tua. He's probably gonna be next to get paid. We were in a spot where it's like, yo, go. So you taking paying Brian Burns $30 million over getting two guards because for the little dude we got at quarterback. I don't I don't like it, but it's a necessity. You got to protect your investment.
Oh
And
wow.
so they
We
looked at
just
Brian
told you.
Burns. Like I said, this year when we have no pass rush go, you are in Q are going to be on it. Hey, Brian Burns not here no more, man. Because I don't think we're gonna have a pass rush this year. I think Clowney
No,
probably
we
get you
ain't.
eight
I know we
sacks.
ain't.
Yeah, Clowney probably get you 8 sacks throughout the year. I don't know about this Wanham dude coming off the quad injury. So I don't expect us to have a pass rush this year, at least a dominant pass rush. I don't expect that at all. I just expect where we were as a team, we couldn't afford Burns. I'm happy Burns got paid. We just couldn't afford it. That's all I'm trying to say.
We got a new member, y'all. New member. Welcome him. Big Iron 55. If
Yes,
I'm saying
sir.
that right,
55, big
new
iron.
member in the house.
Big Iron is in the
Let's
building.
get it. Big Iron, you
Also,
know what time it is. Go ahead,
shout out
Sexual.
to our current member, Miss Kitty. Says her birthday is Sunday. Please send your address and your name, your full name and address to Black Cat Panther Podcast at gmail.com. We're gonna bless you with that water bottle that you say you want. I'm gonna send that right to you. So please
Yeah,
do us
yeah,
that
you
favor.
got it. You got it. You got it.
No doubt. Happy birthday, Kitty. Happy birthday.
Got it.
Andrew, what's going on?
True.
That's me. I
Hey,
just
Drew.
joined up. I just joined up, Kim
Oh,
Deal.
Oh,
oh,
what's
Big Iron.
up?
Okay,
Big
okay,
Iron.
cool.
Okay,
Cool.
okay,
Yes,
okay. No
sir.
doubt.
Hey,
No
listen,
doubt. We appreciate it, Andrew.
I'm actually on my way out the door, but you guys said something, and I heard Q the other day talking about, I noticed nobody pulled up and put up a counterpoint. But my question is this: if Frankie Louvu and Jeremy Chin both didn't want to play in a 3-4, then what the hell are we talking about? Let them go. If they don't want to be part of Ojairo's defense, I can understand it from their point of view, but you know, we're not going to change our defensive philosophy for a couple players, are we?
No, well, I know Frankie didn't, Andrew. It was said
It was
that Frankie got over there to Washington, and then he talked to Dan Quinn, and we offered him more money than they offered him, but he wanted to play in that
because of
fourth
philosophy.
position.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And
We
as far
know.
as
I know
Frankie
Frankie
Louvu,
was horrible in the 3-4 last year.
Frankie
He was
Louvu
horrible.
has a
Yeah.
higher ceiling than Josie Wales. Frankie Louvu's 27, Josie's 29. But if you look at their stats for the last 2 years, they're damn near identical.
Okay, Andrew. No. I got you.
No,
You want to glaze
I
this
can't.
guy, but no, sir.
Yeah,
Go look at them.
Impact.
I'm talking
So you,
about. I'm talking about.
I understand the numbers, but tell me the impact that you see from Louisville and Josie Jewell. The impact is different. The
Well,
numbers scream.
it all depends. I know that aesthetically looking at him, Frankie Louvu is going to get more sacks. But if Frankie Louvu almost tripled the misses that Josie Jewell had, the missed tackles. Okay, so pick your poison. It's one or the other. I mean, you got to get more sacks or
but
more
that
missed
leadership,
tackles.
Andrew.
Come on,
That
cuz.
leadership aspect, though, Andrew. That goes a long way. You know,
Oh,
y'all. Hey, they interviewed Jadeveon Clowney, and they was like, on the leadership. They was talking about our quarterback. He said, "Well, he's a quiet guy, and we got to get him up." This
well,
dude got a
that's
C on his
yeah.
chest, brother. He got
I'm
a
not
C on his chest. You
hey
shouldn't have to
Kendall,
get nobody up with a C on their chest,
but you
Andrew.
have to understand that's why I said the ceiling's higher because I think Frankie Louvu is a better player. I'm just saying in this defense that Ajairo is going to be running, we're pretty much going to get almost the same type of production, less the sacks.
And
Okay.
Goat, for me, and I want to push back on you, Goat, because you just said about the leadership aspect. Think about Frankie Louvu's 3 years in Carolina. He went from a special teamer to a rotational outside linebacker that ended up
Yeah,
being a captain middle linebacker in all of the span of 3
a
years. We
cornerstone
don't
of
have
this
no true
fucking
leader.
defense.
These guys come in and like they earn their leadership throughout the years. So I feel like we ain't got no leaders now, but hopefully somebody will step up. Hopefully it's a Josie Jewell, it's a Clowney, it's somebody you bring in.
Yeah.
I think
I don't,
South.
I don't,
I mean, yeah.
But
yeah,
see,
I
this
don't
the
want you
thing.
to I don't want you to misinterpret what I'm saying. If I had my druthers and all things were being equal, I'd rather have Frankie Louvu. But the
I know
point
you
is,
would.
he didn't want to play in that defense, so it's a moot point, really.
But if
Because
you on a team that don't develop nobody, why would you get rid of the few players that you do develop? Like the players that actually worked out, Frankie Louvu. I'm not a Brian Burns fan. I wouldn't have paid him $30 million, but we did develop him on the team. So why would you get rid of what you developed when you wanted doing that in general? Period. You can't just bring somebody in here and think they're gonna get better because we don't do that. Historically, we don't do that.
The development is not leading to wins, and that's the problem. The Panthers have had talent, like you were saying earlier. With DJ Moore would have been off the table for you. We had DJ Moore, we wasn't winning games. We had C-Mac, we wasn't winning games. So it's like, damn, what are we doing? We ain't got no quarterback. All right, let's go trade up to number one.
Omar, it's
Yes,
like
sir.
you start building one side of the defense, then you say, hold up, I got to go over here because this year the offense was so bad, I got to go put all my attention on the offense. Then once the offense get up, then offense go bad the next year, you got to go back over here. We
We
picking
building
up
a
one
raggedy
side.
ass house. It's a raggedy ass house. We in the
You
garage, we in the
You
kitchen,
goddamn right
we
it's a
you
working
raggedy
on the
steady
stairs,
building
we
on
all
one
over the
That's
place.
right.
side, but you're not completely
Damn
set
right.
on both sides around the
We ain't even got
football.
no
Yeah,
roof on him
yeah,
yet. We just building
yeah. You damn
Look
right
at
it's a
San
raggedy
Fran, and I
motherfucker.
like using San Fran as an example.
Yeah, San Fran and the
They
Eagles.
turn around, they got Fred Warner. They got Fred Warner first. What 2016? 2016 they got
Yeah,
him.
Fred been
Now
around
be
for a minute.
mindful. We in 2024. They took it piece by piece. Fred Warner. They took their time. Hargrave. They took their time. Bosa. They took their time. 2019, they got Bosa. It takes time to build an elite defense.
It's
You're
always
just not
been
going to
San
build
Fran.
it overnight. It takes
Now,
multiple
but
pieces.
think about it. Think about the Patrick
I
Willis
agree.
led San
Uh,
Fran defense before that. That's something that San Fran for the past, I would say, 15 years, they didn't have their foot on necks when it comes to building good defenses for what they need. So I will give my hats off to
That's
San
true.
Fran because that's something they've always, looking. Like you said, I like looking at teams like you said, the Eagles, San Fran. I even like looking at Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh is the epitome of what the NFL is. You should
You
never
and your
have a
owner.
losing season. Yeah, you should never have a losing season and always be competitive. The league is
Yeah,
built on competitive.
That's a
Everybody
fact.
is
should
meant to go
flip.
eight
You
and
should
nine,
be
9 and 8.
flipping
It
motherfucking head
takes
coaches and
yeah,
all
it
kind of
takes
shit
you
like that.
being more
Stability,
bad to go
stability,
2-15.
stability. Yeah, all day.
well,
I'm
I
with you on
agree,
that.
and that's why I think. Although I agree with you guys, we're not going to defensively probably not going to be as good as we were last year. But when you look at what we did, we actually gained a draft pick this year, and this we didn't pull the Fitterer shit, giving away draft picks to get a
Yeah, but
band-aid to try.
Andrew, we're gonna have to draft in the positions that we just hit in free agents. You're gonna have to go behind your boy, what's his name, Jadeveon Clowney. You're gonna have to go behind Warner. Warner already got injuries. You're gonna have to hit in the next couple of drafts in them positions. You're
Yeah,
gonna have to come back after
big
you just
time.
spent all this damn money and getting
And
these
this
guys
guy,
through the door
this
and
listen,
redraft.
and this guy they got out of Jacksonville. Oh man, what were they
Chase
thinking?
on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
project.
They just gave a bus a second chance. Why did
Lord
he do
have
that?
mercy.
The guy was a
Hey
bus for them,
Andrew,
and
we
we
got to
go get
keep
him.
a CJ Henderson level on the team, so some of the fan
Always
base
a
can get
CJ
behind
Henderson.
it. You got to keep a Colin Jones level of talent on the team. It's just something I can't disagree with.
Wow.
I don't know why, but
Britton
it's just
Bernston.
something. Yeah,
Britton
it's just something
Bernston. This is the shit
Americans
we
do,
do.
Andrew.
That
We
that that
always
that's
keep
that's gonna be
somebody
that's
around
Y'all
that
don't
That's a
think we got
fact,
enough?
for no
Omar.
Y'all don't
reason
think we
being
got enough of
around.
them
oh
black
my
shears
goodness.
and got them black shears sitting around for nothing?
Yeah,
You
just
Oh
got plenty
guys
of them.
like
You got
They're
plenty
would
of
just
them.
they
taking
be on
up
other teams?
space.
Yeah, would they be on other
Ah,
teams? Really? Would they be on other teams?
no, no.
They be
That not
bouncing
not
around
not
like shit,
not. They be bouncing around. They be
but they
journeyman. They be
constants
straight
on
back
our
up.
team.
But yeah, we're gonna try to make these guys a key part of the offense or the defense or some whatever. A
Man,
key
it's
part.
you keep Ian Thomas around, but you get rid, like I said, you get rid of a
Give
Lulu.
Ian
That
Thomas
you know
multiple
what I'm saying.
contracts,
You
make
let
it
them
make
MDA,
walk for
sense.
nothing.
multiple.
They can walk for
You get
nothing.
rid of Bradley Bozeman, but you
What
keep Ian
restructure?
Thomas around here, his
Thomas.
dirt bike riding ass around here. I don't
He did
understand it.
restructure. He did restructure because he restructured. That's the only reason
Okay.
why he here. That's the only reason why he here, y'all. He restructured.
Okay.
He
Can I
restructured
can
his
I run
contract.
something? I want to run this logic past you guys because I know you guys know football. My logic is always you should draft at a position that you see becoming a need. So by the time it's a need, you have two options. You either have a young person that you already seen, hey, they're either good or they're not going to be good, or you know you need to spend money. Example, we kind of did it with the guards. We drafted Mays and Zavala. Find out, hey, they're not starters. They're not. Let's go spend money on Robert Hunt and Damian Lewis. I personally think we need to do it with right tackle as well. We need to draft the right tackle here in the future
Yeah.
before Mullins out of
you
here.
know,
Now we're
you,
looking at ain't
Yeah,
nobody
You
at
you
right
you
tackle. We
you're
need to
you're
do that
preaching.
right.
with
yeah,
corners.
yeah,
You know,
We got to
we're
yeah,
do that with
we're
ends.
doing
We
yeah,
have a bunch of
Kendall.
positions like that.
yeah.
Yeah, Kendall, we're
Uh-huh.
doing exactly what you said we were going to do. We went out and got a subpar quarterback. And we're trying to build a fucking team around his shortfalls, and that's the worst thing that
Exactly.
you can. I mean, I remember that when we drafted that guy, you said that's what we were going to do, and it's exactly
Andrew, I
what we
said
did.
that. I said it at the draft, Andrew, and then we was on the other channels, and I said the same shit. That's what you had to do because that's what the dude was. That's how he was playing at the level he was playing in
hmm
Alabama.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to
Had
get rid
fucking
of
talent
gut
all around
all
him.
your young talent on here to try to build up the rest of this team because he can't uplift this franchise. He can't uplift anybody on this team, bro.
Exactly. When you
Nobody's
have
being a
yeah,
hater.
that's it.
We being
If
real.
you uplift
I'm not.
if you uplift your rest of your players, we may not make any. We might have got by with just what we had. Instead we just we're going right back to the fucking crapshoot again.
I think it's
Ain't
gonna
true.
get
Well,
exposed this
think
year.
about it now. If y'all will walk with me for 1 second. You asked me how many we win last year? 2 games. He said the year before
Yeah,
that we won the 7 games.
yeah.
We thought we were going somewhere then. Everybody, hey, I was even, we won
Hey,
7,
we a
y'all. Hey,
quarterback
we
away.
got this
Bro,
first
we was
game.
a
Yeah,
CJ
yeah,
Henderson turn his head around from going to the playoffs.
You
going to
damn
the
right.
playoffs.
You goddamn
Positive.
Skippy.
We're moving in the right direction, right? So, y'all tell me this. If that offensive line that Scott Fitterer came in and revamped was good enough for Baker Mayfield and fucking Sam Darnold to come in, hell, PJ Walker played behind it for a little while and won a game.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker can't win a game with it. We knew our 2 top guards was hurt, but damn, it wasn't like they weren't coming back. It wasn't like they wasn't under contract. Why did you have to go out and spend all that money? You spending
Because
upward from
because
eight to ten
listen,
thousand dollars for a guard, man. But we giving
it's
them 20,000
because listen,
right
Kendall,
here.
it's
You mean
because
20 million?
I meant
they
20
fell
million.
for the excuses, hook, line, and sinker. And I'll give you an example. If you look at the games played, Bryce played 16 games. CJ played 15 games. Okay, when that equals out and you divide the number of games by the sacks, that means that CJ was sacked 1.2 more times per game than Bryce Young. 1.2. Now, come on, look at the difference in play. So, can you blame the offensive line?
But did they go out, Andrew, and spend 155 million over there in Houston
No.
on gold? They
That's what I'm
offensive line
saying.
was just as trash as ours was.
I said they have
That's
more
what I'm trying to
combinations
tell
than
them.
us for certain. They have
What I'm
way
saying
more
is
combinations.
when you rebuild your whole fucking team around one player, you better be damn sure that player is worth keeping around.
You damn right. You hit that on the head, Andrew.
I think
You
this
just
year
killed them with
it's
that.
going to be a lot of exposing because now you got all these different guys like the clowns in the locker rooms. Now they're not just following Bryce because he's the first round pick. They've been in locker rooms with real quarterbacks, man. If Bryce is on that BS, I can see Deontay Johnson cussing him out. This is a contract year. You playing with my money at this point. You see what happened to
Look,
DJ
man.
Chark? He came to Carolina hoping to get the bag.
Well,
He left on another 1 year deal to the Chargers.
the
Like
Chargers.
he
But
he
Omar,
playing with people money.
I don't think he gonna nut up on him that bad because he trying to get a contract out in this
I give
motherfucker.
you that.
So he trying to kiss a little bit of ass to
I
get
feel
his
you.
money.
Q,
But hey, Q,
y'all got to go
when we
back.
on a 5 game
Omar,
losing streak and I
Omar,
was wide open on a slant and he missed me, I'm gonna be mad.
I hope he beat his
Omar,
ass right on the sideline. I hope he do.
Omar,
I hope he
did you see
do.
that clowning? Did you see that clowning press conference, Omar?
I
It was
did
probably
see
like
that.
10 minutes, something like that.
I saw it.
Okay, what did he say about Deshaun Watson? He said Deshaun Watson wasn't a vocal guy, but you knew he was there on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
So Clowney is already saying little stuff like that. Read into it, whatever y'all want to read into it. But I know what the hell I read into it.
I need them bad. Like I said, Clowney just left Lamar. Like he just left Lamar from you want bro. As a defense, I play defense. You when you on the sideline, you know if you got a good offense or not. You know if you got a good
Oh
offense
yeah,
or
yeah,
not. You
yeah.
know if
That's
you
a
need to
fact.
go. We about to be up in 3 plays because they about to get a
Told
three
you.
and out. I know I can sit over here, chill, kick my
Yeah,
feet
well,
up. They about to drive down the field.
They
I've
giving him a hard
watched
time right here.
Clowney throughout his career,
Okay,
and I guarantee
okay.
it. If Bryce Young looks like he did last year, he's going to be the first one talking. He's going to be the first one talking.
Yeah, you call him a little bitch probably. You never know how he go.
Yeah.
Hey, pick it up, you little bitch. Oh boy.
He'll go up the
Tell you,
road and go home early, man. He'll
I'm
go home
telling you.
okay.
early. That's all he gonna do.
I'm trying to
Okay,
tell you, man.
He'll go
can I
home
ask you
early.
fellas a question?
What's up, Doc?
And this is my player crush here. And y'all may not want to hear this. But do y'all my question is, do y'all think TMJ makes the roster, makes the cut?
I think
He's on the
TMJ got a
bubble.
chance because they steady talking about him. I keep hearing Canales say if Terrence Marshall Jr. give us this, or if we can see what he can be, and he's glamoring this guy up. I haven't heard them say a damn thing about Mingo, so I think they're gonna actually give him a fair chance to come out here and compete this year to get a spot.
And that's all I can
Terrence
ask
Marshall
for as a
Jr.
team.
He not gonna make the team,
You,
and it's good for him. I think it's good for
I,
him because if he was gonna be here, they'd have never drafted Mingo. If he was gonna be here, they never drafted Leggett. I think his time is just done,
Hey,
man. And I think it's
I'm
best
glad
for
you
him
said
too.
that, MDJ.
It's
I'm
best for
yep.
glad
That
him
was a
you
too.
said
different
that.
regime, though, that drafted
Thank you.
Mango.
Thank
That was a
you.
different
That was.
regime. So
You remember when Scott Fitterer said that it's a receiver that he really likes. I liked him when he came in here and did his interview. I liked him when we brought him back for that 30 for 30. That was a Scott Fitterer pick, buddy.
And
Mingo.
Steve Smith. And Steve Smith.
He's not here no more.
I
TMJ,
think,
I don't think
you're
TMJ
right
gonna
yeah,
be
about
here
that.
tomorrow.
That
and I agree
damn
with
Steve
MDJ.
Smith.
I agree. Yeah, and Steve Smith.
Yeah, but
I
I've heard
rock with Steve
Canales do a
Smith,
lot
but
of talking about TMJ in the OTAs and stuff, but I haven't heard a fucking word about Mingo. So you guys might
Nothing.
be right. Mingo may be on his way out.
So y'all think it'll be Mingo on the way out before Terrence Marshall?
They were
I
talking
think
about
no, because
trading him,
No, I'm just saying
Jamal.
that.
TMJ on his last year.
I'm
TMJ
gonna
on
be
his
real with
last
you,
year.
MDJ.
TMJ is going to
Mango.
be out regardless, unless he boss this year, in my opinion. But he
There you
probably.
go.
I just want him. I just want him to get an opportunity to boss. I fuck with what you said, MDJ. If he gets cut, so he can go ahead and go somewhere. Because here's my thing: we put out there that okay, TMJ can seek a trade request while not giving somebody playing time. What are you supposed to do? Is you supposed to play him, force feed TMJ, so then you can at least trade him for a 7th round pick at least. I'm not with letting guys go for nothing. So I'm like,
No,
at least
and I
let him
agree. And you know
play
why?
so you can get
Because
something for him.
you can't judge how good a
Okay.
receiver is based on the quarterback play we had last year. You can't. That's why every single receiver had their worst year. That's even the ones that have been around, except for maybe Adam Thielen with this quarterback. You can't say Jonathan Mingo didn't cut it because look at the quarterback play.
I
So
do
Well,
think
yeah,
personally TMJ is better than Mingo, but
I've
I
heard
do
probably not
too.
MDJ.
D'Angelo.
I do
Shout out to
too.
our guy, and he tells us when he watched because he's a former cornerback, and he said when he watches Mingo run routes, it makes him sick to his damn stomach. So when
well, that's good enough for me.
his route running, he's another 50-50 ball getter, yard after the catch
Yeah,
type of guy.
he's supposed because
So
you know why? Because guys like him, TMJ, and Leggett are meant for 15 to 25 plus yards, and Bryce cannot consistently
Exactly.
hit that. He can hit you on a screen, a slant, a deep corner out, and maybe a corner post to the sidelines. Those are all Bryce throws, and it may be some lucky fluke shit over the middle. And it's just like he can't. He's not going to be able to stand in the pocket, make those power throws because he's always moving around trying to get a clean sight. That's what I don't knock Brock for. He always trying to get outside the pocket so he can see, man. And it's a matter of time before it it's exposed this year, I think.
Yeah, because all that rolling out, you got a lot of these defenses this year right here that's got killers coming around that corner. So you ain't gonna be able to roll up. You ain't gonna be able to roll out like that this year. We playing a lot of steeper competition this year. I mean, all that's NFL competition, but what I'm saying, they better team. We'll put it like that with better defenses.
go.
Championship.
I heard one of your favorite podcasters tell me that if we catch teams like the
Ah,
Bengals
shit.
on a
Okay.
slow start, and if we
Yeah.
catch some of these guys, if they, if they're not quite what they're supposed to be, and they're still getting stuff together, a whole lot of hypothetical shit. If we
So
catch a
what?
lot of these guys slipping, we're gonna win some games. That's what they
So
told us.
what do that tell you about your
What's
football
the
team
slow
when you gotta
start?
hope
Hey,
that another
EQ.
team is
What's the
playing
slow
better?
start?
You know what I'm saying?
What's the
That's
slow
crazy.
start for the Bengals? We're down 21-0 instead of 35-0
Yeah,
at half.
yeah,
Andrew,
yeah,
you
yeah,
remember the
yeah.
last time, 35 to nothing by the
That's a slow start.
halftime, dog.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
a slow
Joe
start.
Burrow left skid marks in Bank of America Stadium.
Yeah,
Yep. So did Mixon.
man.
I think
Yeah.
a lot of Panther
Crazy.
fans forget that the last 2 games of the season we scored no points. I just see a lot of
There
people
you
look
go.
over that because I get it's a new year, it's a new coaching staff. Have faith. I'm sorry, but I just can't do that, man. I'm too much of an like.
See,
Can't
Omar,
be doing
you
that,
said
man.
something right there. Look at the last 3 games of the year. Were you proud? of the last of your homeboys play the last 3 games of the year?
If my homeboy is Bryce Young, then that man is no
That's your
homeboy of
guy.
mine. That's not my guy. That's not my guy.
That's your
Now,
guy.
hold up, Omar, now, because I remember a little while ago, back when I had a certain surfer in the building here, them boys was riding the CJ or the Bryce train, and I remember y'all boys would come up here and tell me, I'll take either or. Either or was going to set the franchise
I'll
correct.
let you know. I'm a biased Ohio State fan. I always wanted CJ Stroud. I'll let you know that from the rip.
Yeah.
I always wanted CJ Stroud. Yeah, I'll be like, yo, knowing what I know now, I'll for 1,000% take Anthony Richardson and Will Levis over
Yeah,
Bryce
I
Young.
bet you would.
Hell
Wow.
yeah.
One of the
Hell yeah.
biggest AR, he's a project guy, said that just now.
And I'm a CJ Stroud. Yeah, before the draft, I probably would have went CJ, Bryce, AR, then Levis. So now Bryce then moved to the back, move AR up to number 2, Will to number 3. Then Bryce really is really undraftable.
But
My thing
Omar,
is that,
he's Patrick Mahomes-esque. You don't remember that?
yeah.
Nah,
Omar,
nah,
when you said
nah.
that with
I just heard
hindsight being 2020, it's like people saying he was a 3rd-round talent now.
yeah, he's beyond. My thing is, I had no
I'll be
reason not
damned.
to. I think Bryce is a good person. It's just looking at him play football for my team is disgusting. I didn't think he'll be that bad because okay,
Mm.
yes, there was O. I know how to watch football. I'm a football fan. I know the difference between bad quarterback play, bad wide receiver play, bad coaching, bad O line. It was a little bit, well, a lot of that all last year.
Y'all,
But
hey,
play to play was a lot of bad QB in there. I give Bryce. Bryce has about 5 to 6 good throws, 2 good drives, and I guess um, one one good game. I guess maybe that Green Bay game. But no, King JP. I was
that's
always
it.
a CJ Stroud fan.
That was
Never,
it.
I was never on Bryce. Never on Bryce.
They'll show you
Bryce
that
is a
film to
good kid,
death.
man. That's all I can say. Bryce is a good kid, like you
Yeah,
said. But
he's
as
a
far
good
as a
kid.
He's a
quarterback,
He's a
good
man,
good
kid.
kid.
I ain't
This
with
is
it.
a
I ain't with it.
grown man sport over here,
That,
MDJ. I ain't got time to babysit and burp a motherfucker.
yeah,
I ain't got time for
yeah.
that.
We
No,
ain't
sir.
analyzing
He's a good young man.
nobody's
He's a good young man.
how good they is. Walter Payton Man of the Year. We talking about
He's a
some
good
damn
young man.
play on the motherfucking football field. We not
Fact.
talking about all that other shit.
Well, I mean, as far as play, you see what he gave, man. It ain't too much. I don't think it's too much anybody can say as far as play. You can make excuses for him, but you're not gonna say that his talent showed or skills that he possessed showed, because that's
I don't
fantasy
know,
land right there.
MDJ.
You can
People,
make an excuse, but it was never there. I don't even care if you can go to that Green Bay
MDJ.
game all you want to. It was
I
never there,
saw.
man.
I click on a podcast and I heard a motherfucker say, Bryce done shown me everything I need to see. I don't need to see nothing else from him. I know he's the future here. I
Oh,
said, well, damn. Maybe I missed the memo. What did I miss? And they talk
Nah,
about Green Bay, how he threw for 300 yards, and then all I heard was Green Bay, Green Bay, Green Bay. I said, well, what about the other 15 other games he played in? What about that shit?
Green Bay, Green Bay, Green Bay.
what
And then like I said,
for one, I went back and watched that Green Bay game, and uh, I, I mean, it was his best game on paper, but I don't know, man. I wasn't. I don't know. I just don't think it. Let's just
Nigga had
face it.
lost for words. You hear
Yeah,
It was
that?
it was the
I can't
last.
wait.
It was
Yeah, I
the
mean, he
second
made a
half
couple
of the
good
game.
throws
The
in the
first
end there,
half was
but
really terrible. It was just he made some throws the second half of the game. But I still haven't got an answer to this question. What elite trait does Bryce have? As a number 1 overall pick, I should know what your elite trait is that can help. That can at least you can build on. He has no elite trait because I was told it was processing because of the 98 S2 score. I've seen that man
mm,
get tricked by coverage and picked up by the flat corner. So I damn sure know he can't process nothing. I've seen Jesse Bates pick him off twice. Like this processing that I was told, that we were told, I haven't seen it yet.
nope, damn sure ain't. And then to get shut out 2 games right at the end of the year, that mean they done got
94,
your number, homeboy.
94 yards.
They got your number, homeboy. The league has got you.
But
yeah,
go. but go. We got
Huh?
Canales now. Canales gonna
I
come
don't.
in,
Yeah.
and
Okay. Okay. Okay.
these
Okay.
defensive
Don't get me
coordinators don't
started.
get paid. These
Okay.
defensive coordinators don't get paid to stop the BS that we gonna try to run
This
this year. No, it's
this
gonna be
Joker just
all
said
take it
he
easy.
had all. Evero just gave him all kinds of hell. He just said it out his mouth. So that's your savior. Okay. With no
Yeah,
talent.
yeah.
That's your savior with no talent at the quarterback position.
Okay, I really realized I ain't chopped it up with y'all in a minute because I remember right before it was maybe not this last training. Well, it might have been his last training camp when I was came up here and I said that J.C. Horn was injury prone and y'all wasn't really ready to say that yet. Can we say that now about J.C. Horn? Or y'all still not on that hill?
Yes, sir. He's injury prone. Yeah,
Okay,
we've
Yeah.
I
accepted
respect
that
that.
here.
I respect
Yeah.
that. That's
Yeah.
respect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
respect.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
His knees ain't shit. His ankles ain't shit.
bro, I'm
His
seeing him
arm
do all
ain't
these
shit.
jumping one hand
Seymour,
He
catches in practice,
Seymour,
and
he
I'm
only
like,
Seymour,
got
bro,
Seymour.
yeah.
Let
relax.
me see more, man. Let me see more.
Yeah. No.
Seymour. Let me
What
see
you
it one
need to
more
see?
time. Seymour, man.
Seymour
Let me
said,
see it again,
Oh,
goddamn. Let me
okay,
see it one more time,
okay,
man.
Edge.
But
Okay,
I'm gonna
I
say this
got you.
though. I'm gonna say this. He may be injury prone is probably very accurate, but when he on the field healthy, you don't question nothing about him. You don't question nothing about his ability. You don't
Not a
question if
I
he's
damn
gonna be
thing.
able to cover the man that's
yeah.
over there. And that enough is enough for me to say Seymour. I want to see
Well,
more. So
I'm
I'm
still
cool.
waiting to
I want to
see
see
his
it.
ass on the goddamn field. That's what
Hey,
the fuck I
listen,
need to
Yeah.
man.
see.
Hey, look, man.
MD,
He just got bad luck, man. I'm gonna say he got
MDJ,
bad
you
luck,
wanna know?
bro.
You wanna know? I remember watching that first game, bro. I was sitting at the crib, and it come back from commercial. J.C. Horn has left the field. You know how much those words hurt
Oh yeah, we did like
when you hear
Yeah.
J.C. Horn
a
done
live
left the
watch
field
party of
in
this
week
shit.
one.
Yeah, we had like
Yeah.
a live watch party of that game. I'm just like, oh my god, man. But one thing, like I
I
said,
mean,
man, when he on the field, you don't question nothing about him, bro. I don't mind giving somebody like that chance after chance after chance. I really don't.
yeah.
Does
Don't clutch
anybody
up
want
when
to
you
explain to
have him on
Kitty
the field.
what a Bryce sexual is?
Really, somebody that secularizes Bryce and sees him as doing no wrong and just put in the absolute worst case scenario that it could be as a quarterback, even though everybody said it was a good scenario because he had all these great minds around. But I guess when he's bad, it's not good to have the great minds around. That's what
Yeah.
Bryce Sexuals
Uh,
want you to believe. Stuff
I
like
mean,
Eh,
they
that.
just
another.
If you,
Yeah.
well said. Well said,
it
brother.
don't
Well
matter
said.
what he do. They just love him. They just
They love him.
love him unconditionally. It don't matter what he do. They just love
And
him.
it's
So.
In
usually
other words,
another
they
little Simon suit wearing motherfucker. Just like that little Simon pink suit he had on. It's
yeah,
usually
yeah,
another little Simon suit wearing motherfucker.
and
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that
They
was
JP,
a
all
nice
under
suit,
six
man. That
feet.
was a nice
All
suit,
under
man.
6 feet now.
All under 6 feet.
And
Yeah, yeah.
JP,
All
what
under
I tell
six
these
feet.
Bryce sexuals is for what you said about his size. All I think back is I really watch games. I think about the Detroit game when he was trying to run out of bounds and the corner came and hit him before he made it out of bounds because he's slow. And I've seen him get hogged by defensive tackles in games. If I'm being honest with you, like you can't run away from D tackles. What are you doing out here? The game's too small for you, man. I'm sorry. It's just you was really good in college, but your game doesn't translate. Everybody game doesn't translate. I don't know why people are acting like Bryce just can't be another one of these guys that just couldn't translate.
And look,
So,
he's
so
Johnny
you seen enough,
Manziel from
right,
a good
Omar?
home, man. He's just a
Oh
good
yeah,
Johnny
I've
Manziel.
seen
That's
enough.
it.
I've seen
He's a
enough.
Johnny
You
Manziel
seen
that know
enough.
how to act.
Okay,
We're
That's
wasting
it.
we're wasting time.
God damn.
We're wasting time.
okay, okay, okay.
But we then
Uh,
that's why I said we have no direction because we're wasting time. I believe Dave Canales drafts his own quarterback before he gets fired. I'll say that. Like,
Shit, if that bitch
yeah.
look bad this year, his ass up out of here feet
And
first.
that's what and hey,
yeah,
But
yeah,
that's
that's what
that's
I'm
yeah.
part of the
saying.
problem right there. You don't
And
even give a fuck
if
coach
I'm
a
Dave,
goddamn
you
on
gotta let
chance,
me get
bro.
a
You got
quarterback.
to let the
Think about
man
Don't
that's
know
why they
that
ain't
toss
take a
that
you
nigga
got
quarterback
out
a
this year.
chance, bro.
fresh Prince of Bel Air style. They'll toss his ass right out there.
Yeah,
How
right.
can you evaluate
Uncle
your coach
Phil.
though if you don't give him a fucking chance or a chance to get a quarterback, bro? What you hiring for?
I'm
He
not
was brought
You
here.
hiring him to
Yeah,
babysit?
no.
Motherfucker, just babysitting, man. You gotta
Just
let him
said he
stay
get
and
ready his
fucking.
playbook, his this and that. He was brought here to fix motherfuckers. That's why he was brought here for. If you can't fix him, You go out the damn door with it because he should have come in there saying, I seen enough of this nigga last year. The 2 times I played him, he was on that damn sideline, MDJ.
Man, he
He
can't say
seen
that
what the
because
fuck I seen.
if he'd have said that, he wouldn't be
All
having he
right,
wouldn't be a head coach, man. So he can't say that. Dude. Be real.
all right,
That man did what he had
all
to do
right,
to get a
all
fucking job, man. Just be real, man. You can't go in there and be like, man, I don't want to do this shit, but you can hire me anyway. He won't gonna get hired, bro. Of
It's
course he gonna
ugly
say
for
he can
Bryce,
fix it.
but I think
Anybody gonna say he can fix
right. Hey, so read King JP comment. I can't. I'm driving.
I got you. I got you. King JP, he said, Omar, they thought processing and intelligence would make it for not having physical attributes in a physical sport with Bryce. LOL. You got that right,
it.
brother.
True.
Appreciate that super chat,
Nothing
brother.
but true.
Oh
But
boy, the done data. There's none hotter. What's going on with you?
What's going on, fellas?
What's up, bro?
All right, all right.
How y'all feeling, man?
I'm tired of losing. That's how I'm feeling.
Oh, that's what y'all talking about tonight?
You ain't you 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 click your black ass click this
Nah,
link and
man,
ain't know what we talking
nah.
about.
Hold on. We talk about
I
whatever you
just,
want to
I
talk about.
just,
So what did
yeah,
you
I
want
just
to talk
got
about?
here.
I'm just curious.
Yeah,
Since you know what the fuck
nah,
going on, what the fuck do you want to talk about?
I just
What the
got
fuck you want to talk about this shit?
Nah, I mean,
hey, I
shit,
know
what
where
y'all
Twan
talking
is
about?
from. Twan, I
What
know where
y'all
you can
got back
find.
here, ass nigga? Like, what the fuck, man?
This
What y'all
nigga
got
bring
back
his
here and
black
shit?
ass
Like,
up
come
here,
on,
ain't know
man.
what the fuck going on.
What y'all got back here? What the fuck
I
y'all
ain't
Oh,
doing
hear
down
shit.
there?
I ain't
if
hear
this
What
ain't
y'all doing
nigga
back there?
shit 101,
I ain't hear shit.
What's this, a
I ain't heard
20-minute
shit.
This a
listen,
lion.
Y'all
middle of
back
This
there
a
smoking?
lions
What
podcast.
y'all
The fuck wrong
Where
with
am I?
this nigga?
Where am I at?
Y'all get me up to speed. Catch me up to speed. We had a whole hour and
What's up
40
with you?
minutes, and this nigga ain't listening to none of it.
What's up with you, though, man? What's up? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. How y'all?
Yeah, appreciate you
Yeah,
asking.
man.
How you feeling?
There was a question in the chat that you could probably answer. Somebody had asked, "What is a Bryce Sexual?" That's what we was talking about.
Oh, what's the Bryce Sexual?
Yeah, answer that, Swan.
There
Answer
you
that.
go. There go the
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
question right there.
Yeah, they
the
asked it in the
Bryce,
chat.
Bryce Sexual are people that are part of a Bryce Young um, cult that I believe that this man can do no wrong. Some of the people I recently found out from Q in that cult are moist as fuck, calling them his baby
Yeah,
and shit.
there you go.
You know, if you say anything wrong about this nigga, you know what I'm saying, then they come at you like an army of ants or some shit, and even though he went 2-5, they're very delusional when it comes to his success, and they just can't see no
What
wrong in this
success?
dude.
What goddamn success?
That two,
One
the two and
game?
fif- the 2-15 is what they hang on, bro. They hang on that.
You might want to say lack of success.
Yeah,
They love
but
that boy.
they don't think he has a lack of success. They think the team has lack of success of not helping him out.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
it's not Bryce's fault. It's the team's fault. It's the coach's
Bryce
fault.
can
Okay.
do no wrong in the eyes of a Bryce Sexual. He do no wrong.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And those are Bryce Sexuals. You know, and just look at the people that follow certain presidents, and then that's the Bryce Sexuals. Just they can't see nothing wrong, man.
Well, well,
Bryce can go
very,
out here.
very
Bryce can go
well
out here and kill
put, Twan.
somebody, and they'll still
Good
support
definition.
Hey,
What
him.
Webster couldn't do it better himself.
Nah, bro.
Yes, sir. The done data. There's none hotter.
JP says you was asleep.
Well, Twan, also, Twan, we asked the question, was this a half-ass rebuild?
Is this a half-ass rebuild?
Is this a
It's gonna take some.
half-ass rebuild?
It's gonna take some time. Um,
Well,
I
how you
think
feel so
everybody
far about the
everybody gonna have a blueprint of what they think we should have did. Only time will tell. I don't know what more we could have. Some people don't think we should have built the line first. Some people thought we should have got a center. I don't know, man.
Hell, that
Nothing that
comment
we do
stupid funny,
works.
bro. That's funny to me, boy. That comment is way too mean. That's funny. The type of dudes that
Yeah,
say
that's the
bye
Bryce
bye when they
Sexual.
hang up.
Yeah. They say,
If you want to see one, just go to Twan show. He had a whole show. Just go over there.
yeah, man.
It's called the 704 Charlie Brown Show.
Go to the
Yes,
704
sir.
show, bro. And look up the show called
But
Bryce
still was a
Sexual.
baby.
You'll learn all about them.
Yeah.
And they are real. They exist.
They do.
It's some podcasters out here that's some Bryce Sexuals.
Yep. Yeah.
You know,
Look,
some
man.
big burly motherfuckers that's Bryce Sexuals out here.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you like this. You don't miss any of this coming on in. Do us the favor, like the video, and make sure you subscribe. And if you're a bisexual and you felt offended, please hold your titties and subscribe. Just do us that favor.
They just unsubscribed. My bad.
God damn.
Lord have mercy.
Shit, that
Go
should
ahead, man.
definitely happen at our show. I mean, look, you say something about Bryce, bro. You look at you go to your YouTube studio. Four members dropped after the show. you was talking about Bryce too much.
Hey. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all 100%. Like I said, like we were talking about earlier today, you got to solidify something on this team. They half-assed it, that offensive line to me, and you didn't pay them guys on that defense, and you let them walk. You went in there and you got a bunch of free agents for the cheap. It's gonna show all year with our pass rush. Um, if Omar was just talking about J.C. Horn, or one of y'all guys was just talking about J.C. Horn, if J.C. end up going down, because you had to extend J.C. Horn because you didn't have a shot at a shutdown corner or a corner nowhere near his talent level, and you were getting ready to get rid of Dante Jackson anyway. So the cornerback room would have been shit. Dane Jackson. That's what we were gonna do. You had to extend JC. You had to pick up the 5th-year option. You all around this roster, if we look, our back was against the wall with all these signings. We did that to our motherfucker self. We didn't do nothing. We was on the defense the whole time. We never was on the offense. This draft shows it. You might have 2, 3 players, maybe 1 player in the next 5 years that finish out their contract over there from this draft. Already last year, I'm going to label half the motherfuckers for last year a bust. We got to get it right at some point in time, y'all. Got to get it right.
And you know what? That's where it starts, though, man. As far as drafting these guys, you got to develop. At some point, you got to develop somebody. And if they do develop into something, once again, you can't just let them walk for nothing. You know what I'm saying? You got to either keep them around and pay them, or you get something back. That's all I can say.
Got to
But
get
as
something
far
back
as
from these days.
you got to get something.
So man, I think the Carolina Panthers is becoming a hard job, man. Because as far as the coaches, if any of us was coaching or had to put a team together, like if Kendall had to put a team together, and like you get complete autonomy of what you want to do with the team, and I mean, motherfuckers is gonna always complain, bro. They'll say Kendall don't know what the fuck he doing. Uh, you know, everybody, we live in the cancel culture, man. Everybody want to get rid of your ass the minute they don't like what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? On the field, Kendall, you can get out there and have a vision, and after 3 games, say like y'all lose 3 straight games, they can want your ass out of here. So the Carolina coach's job as well, man. That's a hard job, bro. And that may be another reason why people didn't want to take that job, because it's gonna take some time, and in the meantime, you just gonna have to hear a whole bunch of motherfuckers gonna kill you. That's what I'm saying. So if I was to be like right now, Kendall, like before they made any moves this year with Canales, like what would you have done? And Kendall could come up with the perfect plan, right? But if he start off losing a couple of games, the way our coach is now, they're gonna want his ass out of here.
But
They
see,
gonna be
that's
like,
the
oh,
thing, though.
he ain't it. So my thing is, I be wanting to hear people's like, what would be your plan if you was in charge, and how would your shit be different?
The one thing you said, it
Because
takes
these
something
fans
that the
is
owner
ruthless,
don't give
bro.
you. It take time.
Huh?
The owner don't give you fucking
Right.
time. That's the one thing you fucking need
That's
is
true.
time.
That's true. But I'm like, we just assuming that he's learned his lesson this year. Assuming.
Oh, well, see, y'all saying that on the strength of Frank got fired, right? That's what y'all kind of putting that
No,
on, right?
I'm saying it on like you coming in, you got hired as the new coach, and like what changes would you make? What do you think is gonna keep the fans off your ass?
Look, this is where I'm at right here, though. Y'all don't see a lot of that behind the scenes shit, Quan. We don't know about it until uh David Newton or Scott Fowler or you know one of them type cat or Dan or Rosini, somebody like that report on it. That shit that's coming out of that building.
And
We didn't
we
know
still
all
ain't
that
gonna know all
bullshit
of
was
it.
going on.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna know all of it. It's probably gonna be a year or two before somebody come out with some more shit that what happened in 2022,
Right.
2023. Right? Okay, now ain't no way in the hell David Temple could have let all that bullshit going on that was you couldn't keep that in the building. No longer. That was a losing culture. How what justifies bringing that into this year right here?
I mean, it's not even
Nothing.
about bringing it into this year. It's about at least letting him finish the fucking year he in. Like,
Yeah.
Steve Wilkes got a half a year, no off season. Boom, his ass gone. Then you bring in Frank Wright, you give him off season. By halfway through the season, he gone. But you don't even let him pick his guy. You don't, you know what I'm saying? It's like you already
Yeah.
putting the people hands behind their back before they ever even start. Like you get Canales, but you tell them you got to keep Evero and you got to use this quarterback, or else I don't want. You know what I'm saying? You're not really giving them a full opportunity to do and to show you what their vision is.
DJ, you feeling what I'm saying? I'm saying like, bro, it's a no-win job.
Yeah, it really ain't no winner because
You
your
can't
hands
fucking
are
win with
behind
the
your back.
Bengals, bro.
You got to get lucky and wiggle something loose. You know what I'm saying?
Unless
It's
unless you can just get the fans behind your fucking look, man. As much as we like Wilkes had to keep winning because if he ever started losing a few games,
Well, Wilkes was already told, and I say it over and over and over again. You got to do an exceptional job because they had already had their mind up. We getting ready to go with an offensive minded guy. They had already had that, man. It was already written in stone. The next coach we get ready to have is getting ready to be an offensive minded coach from somewhere, whoever. They had already had that. Wilkes was not getting that job, y'all.
all we
but
know
this my thing.
because he let him go.
I mean, but this my thing though. Like we man, I hate the shit on Frank Wright, but was he really an offensive minded coach? I mean, he was
No,
He was supposed to be.
he was just the overseer, bro.
off what merit though? Like
Yeah.
where did the coach ain't had no pinpoint offense when he was there? That's why he got fired. The
He was
offense
just
was shit.
he was an old Canales because the same thing they said about Canales is what they said about Wright. They said Wright was some type of quarterback whisperer. That's why, like, but as far as his
Boy, you
offense,
just said something that just, hey, boy, you hit one right there. You
no,
made
I'm
that
trying to
shot right
tell
there
you,
with
like,
me.
he's just an older Canales.
Wow.
But nobody could.
Look, man, Frank had all that bullshit going on, and y'all know it. If Frank end up having balls, like I told y'all the other day, and said he picked his coaching staff, like you just said, MDJ, they told him you got to retain 2 coaches from the previous staff,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was already, you already knew them was getting ready to be 2 snitches. Y'all done seen that before in the corporate world.
My
New
fault.
new management or whatever, somebody buys the company, right? Somebody's gonna be retained. They say it's to show the new people the system, right? But no,
Right.
it ain't. Them is gonna be your motherfucking snitches right there. Or either they gonna bring somebody in from the other corporation that's gonna be the snitch. That's the guy that's looking for everybody. He getting ready to cut heads. He going back to the big boss and cut heads. Frank should have already knew that. Frank got 31 years in the league. He should have already seen that. He should have seen the writing on the wall. But he allowed all that bullshit to happen to him. His first major, major fuck up was draft night when he let David Tepper backdoor him for his quarterback.
Yep.
It was downhill from there.
See, I'm gonna tell you something like this. This is how I really feel, man. As long as David Tepper is the owner, and it is nothing nobody can do about that shit unless he does something egregious. I mean, and I said this before, MDJ. I said, look, man, the Panthers might be in purgatory for a while because people just might not want to fuck with that guy, bro, at all. And if he continues to tamper, you know, see, we blame all the coaches and shit. We blame players, but our shit took a major shift when that dude bought the team, bro. I mean, even before him, we hated losing, but after him, Panthers fans were at each other's throats, especially when we added Bryce Young. Our culture fucked up, so how we gonna win on the fit? It's like it's bad, bro. It's bad.
Right there.
That's
That's
why
what you
every year
call
when we've
toxic.
been
It's
honest with
toxic.
each other, yeah, it's toxic. So every year when we've been honest with each other, now most people are being honest, like real football aficionados. When you start talking that record talk, we like maybe 3, 4, and it ain't nobody hating. It's just like, man, I'm not gonna hype myself up no more. All I really can see is maybe 3 or 4 wins. You know, if you don't have a great GM and you don't have a great head coach in place, I don't see how far y'all can go anyway.
Okay,
Right.
with three or four wins, 3 or 4 wins. What's the mind state? What's the mind state when come January, whatever, that last game? You know what I'm saying? I had it pulled up right there. That we play the
Mm-hmm.
Falcons the last game, y'all. January the 5th. January the 5th. January the 6th. This
Uh,
is a new question. On January the 6th, you got 4 games. You 4 and fucking 13,
yep.
right? What's the mind state then? Where do you go from there? What do you do there? What do you do now?
See, the one
Are
thing
you
you can
sitting there
always
talking about, oh, that's improvement?
see, one of the things you can always work on, no matter what your record is culture. But me and MDJ was talking earlier. But if you got an owner that would never let your culture set up or like let it build, like that, like interfering and making picks for himself, and he don't even know that much about football. All he knows is that I'm rich enough to buy a football team, and I got to touch every damn thing. But like, how long are we gonna be in a situation where we get coaches and leaders where we're like, this is the best we could do because of who the owner is? Everybody knows I like Dan Morgan, but that was the best we could do at GM. I don't know who Canales is yet. And motherfuckers aligning themselves when they keep saying, oh man, I like him or whatever, but you know damn well Dan Canales was not your first choice. And that was the
No,
best we could do.
they know that. They know that. But
No, but they
see,
try to pretend like, oh, I really wanted Canales. No, you
yeah,
didn't.
yeah, 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 yeah. I didn't even know Canales was really on the list, a serious candidate.
I didn't even know who he was. I ain't lying,
A
bro.
lot of a lot of people did. Real talk. A lot of people did because I'm gonna tell you, it was like a Todd Monken, um, your boy from Detroit, of course, guys like that that didn't even take the interview, y'all.
Yeah.
They didn't even take the second interview. So they might have did a virtual, but they never came to Charlotte. Never came to Charlotte. Now, a lot of it had to do with the draft pick situation. Us not having a first rounder. Us finishing 2-15, not having a first rounder, and pretty much having to deal with this quarterback situation. That they done seen this guy. And then they looked at the roster and was like, whoa, ain't nothing there. I can't do that. Y'all just seen Ben Johnson say that. He said that. If y'all keep up with everybody, keep up with things. You got to look at some of these other teams. You got to look at these press conferences, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And then apply it to what's going on over here. Because this, and the reason why I'm looking at this guy, what he said in a press conference on a Lions podcast was the same thing. Like, okay, we've been chasing this dude for the last 2 years. Why is he not taking jobs? The guy says the situations are not right. He said they building something special over there in Detroit. Detroit has never been to a Super Bowl, never had a Super Bowl appearance, y'all. So I'm going in the record books if I am the offensive coordinator on this team. I got an offense that won a Super Bowl for this city, and Detroit Lions have been in the NFL since conception, damn near. And they've never had a Super Bowl appearance. You see what I'm saying? He says the management is straight. The head coach that he works for is straight. I always tell y'all, it's owner, GM, head coach, quarterback. That's the pecking order. That's why he's not taking jobs, because he said he's in a good situation right now. If he go anywhere else, it's got to be set up like that. So he damn sure wasn't coming over here, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
But the people look, if you know Detroit, and I've been singing this song a lot. Detroit just came out of purgatory. Detroit was in that shit for 30 years, bro, because they had bad ownership. Their owner didn't want to do shit. He didn't want to improve the team. He didn't want to pay coaches. He didn't pay players. The culture was trash. You remember Detroit was the Thanksgiving Day football game. Uh, you know, when you look on your schedule and you go like, that's the homecoming game because
I just told him about Calvin Johnson on the pivot.
everybody knew they was
Calvin
gonna
Johnson
beat them.
just did a
Yeah.
pivot interview, and
Yeah.
he told him that. But now Jim Caldwell, the same guy that we got as a senior advisor, he went over
Yeah.
there and he gave him a couple good seasons. Then they
Yep,
get rid of him for Matt Patricia. They was doing
exactly.
stupid shit like that. You see what I'm saying?
Like
Same
the
stupid shit
Panthers,
we did.
like the
Yep.
Panthers.
Same stupid shit we did. When we get a coach that gives us some success, then you want a coach with more of a name and cachet or whatever.
But everything you said was true, Kendall. But does anybody care to tell me what truly did us in when it came to coaches, bro? For
It
every
just
coach, for every coach that was hanging on by a string, or like, okay, I could do some of that Carolina job. When Tepper took his ass down to Jacksonville and threw that damn drink on that fan, I feel like probably 8 or 7 coaches let their hands go off that rope, and they was
oh
like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
can't be
yeah,
a
yeah,
part
yeah,
of
yeah.
that shit.
No doubt, no doubt,
I
no
really
doubt, no
can't be a
doubt,
part
no
of
doubt,
that shit at this point.
no doubt,
And
no
on
doubt,
top of the fact that you fired Frank,
no doubt, no
man,
doubt, no doubt,
that
no doubt.
that moment, and how embarrassing that moment was, that shit did that. It did Tepper in, but what he don't realize is that he killed us. It's like somebody put a bullet in our chest. He
Yeah.
killed us with that
Well,
move, bro. And that's why
Frank
you
was
got
going,
Canales is here because of that move.
and then you got Frank going on press conferences every day talking about Monday meetings and shit. Don't nobody do that across the league, man. And they ain't just talking about, and he said, yeah, the owner is too hands on. He said there's a lot of owners who you don't see them. So Frank was kind of putting nails in his own coffin because
Yeah.
he was telling family business. He was putting family business out here in the street. You can't do that. That's some closed door shit. We should have never knew that they was a Monday meeting or Tuesday meeting every day.
Shit, that motherfucker was like, I don't want y'all blaming me, bro. Just me. It ain't just me. Shit. And then when you get fired, you got the green light to say whatever the fuck you want to, as long as Tepper ain't put no gag on you. I ain't gonna have
Well,
motherfuckers out here thinking I was the problem.
he ain't came back out and wrote no book or no shit like that. I don't
Because
think
he
he gonna do
probably
no bullshit like that.
Tepper probably gagged him. He probably made him sign an NDA.
Well, I mean, probably did. Probably did. I mean, I
That's a
don't know. I
stop
can't
sign
say
right
for
there,
sure
man. Why you
because
want me to sign an NDA, bro?
yeah, I ain't looked that up to see if he did or not.
No,
But what
I
I'm
can't
saying
confirm
is,
it. I can't
yeah,
confirm
I
it.
can't confirm. I can't confirm that whether he did or not. But what I'm saying is, man, when Frank got on there and he pretty much was telling, he was like, "Yo, the rest of y'all guys, if I do get fired, anybody else come here, the owner's two hands on. Uh, he wants me to meet every Monday or Tuesday. I'm trying to devise a game plan for next week. He already had Boomer Esiason and them pretty much telling people, hey, this ain't that don't look like a quarterback that Frank would have picked. This is a lifelong friend, y'all. This is his college roommate.
Yep.
All these football people is saying this. So we already knew this. We had already said it on this podcast that Teffa vetoed it. And he said he
but,
vetoed it.
but what's genius about what you're saying is this. What's genius what you're saying about this is just like you show how everybody around knows what's going on and football people knows what's going on. I can't think of a worse situation as when you trying to coach or you're in a situation and then imagine like and then the rich kid comes up, you know what I'm saying? It's just like when you're young, the rich kid comes out with his ball on the court and you like, man, damn, we gotta play with his ball, so one of us gotta pick him up. And then he trying to change rules and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro, like that ain't how I go. He like, my ball, my rules. And that's what we got with fucking Tepper. Tepper wants to have meetings, meet at tables, and talk to people that's been doing football their whole life. And he probably just looked at it a couple of times on Sundays, and in his head, he thinks he's an expert. It's like, dude, you don't know shit about football. But you want to be involved like that? We know it's your money. We know it's your team. But you You don't. This is not. You didn't. This is what. This is not your market. You know what I'm saying? That's like a motherfucker sitting down trying to talk economics with you, and he's a fucking art major.
Yeah.
Temple just
Yeah.
Temple will not stay in his lane. He's an habitual lane crosser.
Yeah.
And it's
Well,
hard for a motherfucker. I can only imagine. It's hard
I'm
for a
not.
coach
I'm
to
not a
sit
member
there and
right
listen
now.
to
I'm
a
not a
rich
member
ass.
right now, Q. But I'm just saying, where did he grow up at? Talking about some rich kids ball, his rules. Fuck, nigga, we taking the ball and we playing anyways.
Not
We
not
gonna
not
get
not 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 if you ain't not if it's his ball shit. You know,
okay.
unless unless the rich killer David Temple ain't come up in the hood.
I mean that's two different kind of situations though, bro. But all right, guys. It's a good show. It's a good show. Very good show. I've been listening the whole time. It's a very good show.
Al, what's going on, Al?
Oh man, not much, bro. Watching
Al,
Florida.
you was drunk. Hey, Al, you was drunk as fuck on my show the other night, bro.
No, yeah.
You
Yeah,
probably
it's all
don't even
right.
remember it, do you?
Probably don't.
You was acting a damn fool, bro.
Probably don't.
Probably don't.
That motherfucker was
Damn,
bugging.
Al.
You having you a good time, man. Tell the man
I
we're
had to
having a
get
good
Al
man.
us
You
out
having a
of there
good time.
twice, and he kept coming in.
No,
We're having a good time, man.
it's all right. I live my life.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
Hey,
right.
kitty, I ain't lying, cause I thought they come out with the truth with some more shit. You know what I'm saying? I thought they come out with some more shit this year right here during the off season or whatever
These
when we
boys got
hired
to be
Canales
gas.
and
Yeah.
everything like that. I thought it was gonna be some more dirt being dropped, and I was like, I was just waiting. Something Frank, something Temple did, something Frank, something the real shit about the what happened at the draft night. You know, cause I keep showing people how Frank looked, you know what I'm saying? And I had already knew, like, oh, this ain't gonna be good. But then everybody started lying and talking about, oh, this guy's all this and all that, when they had already knew that the owner wanted this quarterback. Then we mess around. Now we got to spend all this money to compensate for the poor play. We got guys that's done been on this team 4 and 5 years, draft picks like a Burns, J.C. Horn, Derek Brown, Frankie Louisville. Frankie Louisville won a draft pick, but when we got this guy from the Jets, we was like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? This guy needs to be on the field more. This guy is gonna be a staple Panther. Now all them guys have moved on. More guys go. Well, there ain't too many. Like I said, ain't nobody but Brown, Taylor Moton, um, JC, them jeans like that. They gonna have to move on too, because
None of
the
them even put
subject
up a
matter
fight to
today
try to
was
stay here.
half-ass rebuild.
The
Oh no,
only
but the subject matter was half-ass rebuild. We
the,
ain't
o-
even really committed to no damn rebuild. Y'all
the
already
only
know that. We ain't
the
committed to
only
no
thing
rebuild in the first
only
place.
thing I only thing I can't get with is that why would we trade if we had the trade set up or whatever, but instead of trading DJ Moore, why would you just trade Brian Burns when you know you're not going to resign him? So what happened in between the draft or whatever and in between whatever, you know what I'm saying? Why how can we just Brian Burns? That don't make no sense right there. That's the only thing that doesn't make sense to me right there. If there's gonna get one
Because
or
Hey,
two
when
hey,
bucks.
you
Twan,
Mhm.
put your podcast in the chat. But it's the
Okay,
704 Charlotte Bound Show.
all right,
It's the 704 Charlotte Bound Show, Kitty.
yeah,
What
that's
say
it.
what, Al?
It's
No, I'm
the
saying the only
seven.
thing
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense to me is why we would trade DJ Moore and not trade Brian Burns when we know we're not going to resign him because they had to know they wasn't going to resign him. What
No, no,
changed?
no, no, they did. See, I try to tell people, think about it. Think about it. Yes, they were. They were. But the season was such a bust. It's too like you had to end up. They knew they were getting ready to have to spend on guards. They knew they were gonna have to spend on hell. Probably they was thinking, well, damn, we might have to bring some kind of free agent wide receiver talent in here. that can, like say, get separation, like a DJ Johnson, because this guy can't throw a 50-50 ball, or he can't see guys that's NFL open. They got to be damn near wide open for him to hit
Mm-hmm.
the target. But we got to have more guys like Thielen in here. So
Yeah,
they
I
couldn't
mean,
afford to bring Burns back. And Al, one thing about Al, the lines of communication with the Burns camp and the Panther camp was fucked up. It was fucked up, buddy. It took too long to get the deal done. It was
It all
already fucked
started.
up.
It all started when David Tepper bought this team, bro.
Nah, I
It,
can't
it
say
all
that.
started. No, I'm saying, listen, when in the Richardson days, and that's not even a long time ago. In the Richardson days, man, if we had a bad season, we always felt okay. We'll just bounce back next year because it was starting to look like that. We won, then we lost, then we won, and then we lost. But when Tepper bought the team, it's a whole it's like the gray clouds moved out, and then like natural disaster came in. It's been totally different. Like we can't get a reasonable coach now. The culture is went to shit. Whatever culture that we did have, the fans never fought like this with each other, bro. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I can't eat that, Twan. Because look, I'm gonna
and
tell you something.
We
I
didn't go
went
after each other like this
when
during
when
the
when no,
during them
when
damn
he
Richardson
first
days.
bought when he first bought
they
this
didn't
team.
have they didn't
You
have
remember? You
internet back in the
remember?
Richardson days.
Hold Al.
Man,
When he
Al,
first
this is
bought
only
this
like
team,
7 years ago.
I went. Hold up, y'all. When he first bought this team, I remember him having a parade on Main Street. I can't think of what game it was. It might have been a Falcons game or something I went to. Um,
Mm.
but we didn't have stuff. He may was overzealous about shit or went kind of the wrong way about doing it, but he had good intentions about doing the shit. It was he had a bunch of shit going on before the game that we wasn't doing. So he tried to change the culture in a positive manner, but it just didn't something didn't click or stick.
I think that was just like when you show up and you want to make a good impression, and then let me show you how I really am after this shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, man, just much,
But
much just
but it
much like
go ahead, go
Canales, I had never heard of David Tepper either. You know, I mean, I heard about him when it came to his money. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember when Buffett went after his ass, and Buffett was telling people not to do business with David Tepper, and him and Warren Buffett got into it. And then when he bought the damn team, bro, I'm like, I know why billionaires buy teams. It's like toys to them. But I never knew this motherfucker was. And then that's when the story started coming about him at Pittsburgh, because we knew he was a minority owner there. And this motherfucker trying to get
Tomlin
Thomas
fired.
in there, and
Yeah,
then
Tomlin
players
fired.
used to talk about his ass saying like this dude, like this is why they never would let him get no real piece of that team, because he kept coming with these outlandish ideas until he saw the situation where you got to think about it. David Tepper was richer than all the other owners of that damn team. So they didn't want his money at the end of the day because of his fucking his football ideas. They was like, hell no, man, you'll fuck our shit up the way you think. So when he said when
That's
Richardson
crazy.
got in trouble, that motherfucker, I mean, of course he put his bid in. And then like Kendall said, we don't always know what goes on behind the scenes and who this motherfucker had to rub elbows with and
Yeah,
pay off
Grease.
to buy this team.
The motherfucker greased so many palms.
Bro, because it's like, because when you really look at it, and if you go back to that damn report that they put, with the magazine and shit, uh, in that dude's article, it says that two leaders, the Pittsburgh Steelers, warned the motherfuckers with Carolina, do not let David Tepper buy that team, bro.
And who was the dude
yeah,
that was
because
with Carolina that
and
was gonna buy
I
the
probably
team?
say
They like that motherfucker is radical. Do not. I'm
Was
telling you.
it was about 3 people that was right there in Carolina. It was this lady. Um, it was a guy who was like a technology dude,
Yeah.
and some other guy. It was like 3 people that was in the running for doing it too. But from my understanding, that like Tep had all the money. These other people was gonna come in there with partners.
Right. Yeah, all of it.
But
Because you
then
remember,
what
you
Twan said
remember,
was true too.
yeah.
There was motherfucking people in Pittsburgh saying, "Well, no, this guy's gonna do this, gonna do that," because he was kind of like a radical over there. You know what I'm saying, in Pittsburgh. Some of the things that he wanted to do,
Yeah.
that they was like, "Oh, we've been doing this right here for years, and this shit works."
I mean, you see what it is
Don't come in here
because
trying to change shit.
And now,
when
can
he
you imagine when this motherfucker said
when
we
he's
need to
trying
get
to
rid of
fire
Thomason?
when
It's
he's
like,
trying to
nigga, are
fire
you
Mike
crazy?
Tomlin, man, there were 4
Yeah,
coaches in their whole franchise,
yeah,
and you
yeah,
want to
yeah.
fire Mike
Well, yeah,
Tomlin
you
because he had
you
one
see
bad
Al, you see what the fuck he do over here? He'll get rid of your ass over here. Yeah,
Quick.
I mean, for sure, yeah. He
that'd be
tried to get
funny.
rid of Tomlin. I mean,
That'd
I
be
mean,
funny. That'd be funny,
but
but like we
I
had like
couldn't get
15
mad with him.
coaches in 15 years,
We were
total
sitting
opposite
there
of the
in a
spirit.
damn convention center shit practicing on indoor shit. We should have been had some type of indoor facility. I can't get mad with him for trying to go down to the Rock Hill and do business, or trying to put the bubble up and all that shit right there, man. That gives a competitive advantage. I mean, it took 6 years for him to be able to do business now with the city of Charlotte, where they gonna give him this renovation money and shit like that. So I mean, I can see how he moving. I can't blame everything on him.
But
Not
Kendall, this the
every.
thing though. Kendall, but listen, would you fuck with a dude with all with everything about him, negativity just seems to find him. Like, dude, I know you when you say I know you for more negative shit than positive shit. Okay, let's the Tomlin shit. The fact that they said, "Look, man, y'all don't want this dude to own the team." That's a red mark. I mean, whatever. Stepping in on coaches and telling them who to pick in the draft. You know what I'm saying? The first pick, another flag. You know what I'm saying? The throwing of the drinks, another flag.
Telling
And
the coach
meetings,
what plays
flag.
should
Hey,
he
Al,
should
Al, let me
run.
finish, bro. Let me finish, Al. This motherfucker just like firing motherfuckers after 1 month of coaching. Another flag, bro. It's just flags all around this dude. And then the thing is, when the camera does somehow find him, sometimes the motherfucker either act like he don't know what's going on, or he'll look into the camera and actually say some stupid shit.
But
That motherfucker is negativity chases David Tepper, bro. And you just feel like at the end of the day, in the back of his head, he's like, I'm rich, man. I don't care.
I don't see him like that. I don't look at it like that, because I look at some of the shit like he's a fan, but he's a billionaire. He got that money and he could buy his own team, and he's a
Yeah.
fan. Because it's some shit to say. I'd have been at the draft too. Like, I want this quarterback right here. I want this guy. I mean, if I bought this team, it's shit I would change off the rip. I know I'm gonna change, and I can, because I own the team. Yeah, I'm gonna change some shit.
Would
The
you
worst
involve
Madden
yourself in the
ever,
draft though?
owner ever. He's the worst Madden owner ever in the fucking like, but in real life, the fuck.
No, he's the worst owner ever. Period. I mean, based on winning and everything. Period. He
Yeah,
already like his percentage right now. He's just had a shorter time of doing it, but his percentage is the worst already. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
no,
Kitty. Hey,
Y'all,
shout out to
y'all
it
would
Kitty,
happened.
man. I was thinking that same thing. I was like, man, I
Generation.
was thinking to myself, I said, damn, bro, Diddy and Curry tried to buy this damn team. He said, we'll be dealing with another Richardson situation because they would have damn got rid of Diddy
yeah,
ass
yeah,
too, bro.
yeah. They done got rid of his ass. He'd been had to sell that motherfucker before he got out the country.
Shit, we would have had
He'd
two
been had to
fired
sell that
owners.
motherfucker off the rip. They'd have been
They
done
was
done
gonna
his
get rid
ass.
of his ass too, bro.
But man, like I say, and everybody in the chat, everybody on the panel right here knows it. If y'all could have wrote that $2.8 billion check, what? Look it out like, oh man, I want Trevor Lawrence. Oh man, I want this guy. Oh man, I wanted this guy. And then y'all had the ability to go and get some of these guys because you fans. You'd have did it too. Stop that bullshit.
Nah, man. Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this, Kendall. If I hired you, like Kendall is that's my homie, man. If I call Kendall up and go, look, I just bought the team, man. Do you want to coach it? And Kendall say, hell yeah. I'm not gonna get in a meeting after me and Kendall build up a coaching staff and then go, I don't trust you enough to make the right picks. Like I hired Kendall for the job. You know what
But
I'm saying?
you just
But
said,
Kendall,
you
but
just
but you
said,
look,
you
you
just
know you're gonna be looking at me
you just
different
said
if I
you
sit there
gonna
and go,
call
look, I don't
you
want that guy.
the owner and you
Yeah.
call me. You didn't say, oh, I got a GM in place and he hired a head coach. You just said you
Uh,
get ready to hire the head coach
You're
as
right,
the
you're right,
owner.
you're right.
So you
No, you're
see,
right.
we doing the
Let
same
me change
shit.
that. Let me change that. I'm hiring you as head coach, GM / head coach. Or if you just want to be the GM, I'm gonna let you be the GM. You know what I'm saying? If I trust Kendall knows how to go out and knows how to evaluate and pick talent better than me, I'm gonna follow Kendall's movements. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm a fan, but like this is about winning. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when the parent want her kid to go into a game with 3 seconds left and she know her kid ain't shit. No, we gotta have the best people on the field, man. You know, I can't undermine Kendall. Like, look, Kendall, man, look, man. I want Bryce Young, man. I mean, but Kendall sitting there going, I'm telling you, CJ Stroud gonna be what's best for us and what we're trying to do. And then the day before some shit or however it happened, Kendall, look, man, pick Bryce Young. That's who you're gonna take. No, Twan, I mean, we
Yeah.
already said it. No, pick Bryce Young. You see, like, now, Kendall, I say that to say this. How you think our relationship gonna be moving forward?
Oh, it's
Be
gonna be
honest.
fucked up.
Be honest. Huh?
It's gonna be fucked up because
It's
you
gonna be
think if
shaky
I
as
had
fuck.
somebody else, so what you think Frank and Teps was? That's why he got Tep out of here. I mean Frank out of here in week 11. It was just like, yeah, I can't do this no more. I ain't fucking with this damn coach. You got to have some type of relationship. You in that, like I said, the Monday and Tuesday meetings, like,
Facts,
you know,
VP.
both of y'all riffing and beefing because he ain't trying to hear what you got to say, and you ain't trying to hear what he got to say because we just lost again.
Right.
You trying to figure
So,
out, well, what man? Everybody just told me this is the best quarterback in the nation right here. Why you can't coach him to what he was doing in Alabama? See, that's the
because,
question
because
that
he
Tep was
don't
probably
fit.
asking.
Because people don't understand the difference in talent and fit.
Okay, MDJ said something to him before you came on. I think it was
Yeah.
MDJ or somebody else said something. No, Omar said it. Omar Tillman was on here. He said it. Some stuff just do not translate to the NFL from
It
what you
just
do
don't.
in the college.
Yeah.
It just don't. Twan just said it. It's not gonna fit. It just don't. It's not. I don't give a fuck what you do. How many Robert Hunts you go sign? It's not gonna work, people.
You know, when you put a puzzle together, you can't just put the pieces where you want to, right?
You can't.
You got to put the motherfuckers in where they fit.
It's got to be a fit. Look at everybody. We started saying something earlier about. We started breaking down earlier on this show about the San Francisco defense, how they started building it. Me and Q was talking earlier today, and we was like, "Oh, when did such and such get over there? 2016. When did such and such get over there? 2018. Then they went and drafted this guy. Then they went and did this. Then they went and did that. You see what I'm saying?
Starts in the trenches, though. Honestly, They got like
year after year after year.
first round D linemen, like 3 or 4, at least 4 or 5.
Yeah,
At least 4 or 5. Yeah, 4 of them
you
at least.
gotta have it. You gotta have it, Al.
Starts in
First round D lineman, first round edge rusher. Oh shit, we got the quarterback. Oh shit, quarterback fell in our lap. Oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Next year, wide receiver. Or now we can go get a higher gun to
Yeah,
go with this guy.
yeah. The dude from the Eagles last year, that's the one got the higher gun.
See, I know that. I
Oh
know the
yeah,
next thing.
look what it did. You just said Eagles, Al. Shit, you go get Saquon. Higher gun.
Yep.
Yep.
The fuck? Come
See,
on, bro.
I know at some point we're gonna get a player because you get these players every now and then, these live wires. And it's gonna be a player that's gonna go in front of that fucking camera after a game, and he gonna call David Tepper ass the fuck out, and
Nah,
Dave
they ain't
Tepper
gonna
gonna
call.
kick him
Nah,
off
they
the
ain't doing
team.
that. They ain't
Nah,
gonna do
they
that.
ain't gonna call
Shit,
no tip out.
we
They'll
seen
be cut.
players do
They'll
it
be cut the next
before,
day. They'll
They
be
gonna
cut the
call no
next day.
tip out.
bro. We seen players do it before.
They only was doing that, Twan, because they wanted Steve Wilkes. That's the only
No,
time
no,
you
no,
ever
no,
hear
no.
the motherfucker
I'm
talk
talking
about tap
about
around
I'm talking about players on other teams. We seen players come in front of the press and call out their coaches and call out their owners. We've
I
seen
mean,
it before.
coaches, yeah, but not the owner.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't think they gonna call no tip out, man. You just got something against tip, man.
Oh yeah, I don't. I mean, look, McKendall, my thing is nobody can really believe that I just don't like Tepper because he's David. Man, I don't like this motherfucker because of his decision making. And the shit that I see that this motherfucker is a part of, bro. I know from his decision, he's a horrible owner. I know from this motherfucker throwing drinks on people that he's a horrible fucking person. That's why I
True.
don't like this motherfucker, bro.
I
That's
said,
true.
you know what? And somebody might say fucked up. I seen that when he threw the drink on the motherfucker and showed that emotion. I seen it. You know what that showed me? Man, you mad because we losing. You
Yep.
want to win. That told me that man want to win. Now, if I see that man that had no emotion or sitting back like counting money or looking at his phone or some shit like that, I'm like,
Yeah.
this motherfucker don't care about this team. But
Like
this
if he
nigga
Nah.
like
throwing drink.
like he like if
Nah,
look
bruh.
like
That's
he
I'm
what
was
gonna
I'm
just
looking
disagree
shaking
at.
his
with you on that
chair
one,
due to the
Kendall.
drink.
I'm gonna disagree with you on
He
Well,
that
sitting
one.
there shaking the
it
drink.
I
is what it
guarantee you
is.
that
Oh
drink.
fuck.
I guarantee he threw that drink on that dude because that dude said something personal to his ass, bro. It ain't had nothing to do with football, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
got a
no, it
fucked
didn't.
up ass team or some shit like that.
Yeah,
What
your
the fuck he
team
said?
suck, nigga.
You getting ready?
Or
We
you a
getting blown
terrible
the fuck
owner or
out.
some shit, and then he did it.
We getting blown the fuck out. We got a
Yeah,
goose egg on the motherfucking scoreboard.
yeah,
Though,
man. But look,
come on,
a
man.
man that can't
Man,
hold
get
his
still,
composure.
man.
Look, I question niggas that can't hold their composure in moments like that.
Well, yeah,
Look,
what
you
it
can
is.
cuss a motherfucker out. You can, I believe, say what you want to say. But when the shit turn physical, then you look like a crying ass brat. And throwing fucking look, he better be glad he threw that shit on the right motherfucker on top of that shit, bro. Because that
Well,
shit could
that's
have
true
got
too.
ugly.
Because yeah, somebody should have. The right motherfucker would have jumped through that goddamn window. You know what I'm saying? He wouldn't have made it out that back door.
Yeah, exactly. He threw that shit on
But
Earl. I think he just got fired on Friday. He had tickets to that game, bro. Shit. Then that motherfucker
yeah,
threw the drink
I
and
mean,
got out of Dodge and ran. He got the fuck
but
up out of there.
JP, that's just my take on it, there, brother. You know what I'm saying? And I look, cause like I just asked Twan to put himself in that, and then he said, "So I'ma hire you, and I'ma do this, and I'ma do that." He didn't say, "Oh, I'ma let my GM, I'ma let my this and that, I'm the people who was in place before," because he did do that. He didn't just come in there and fire Ron Rivera. He didn't come in there and just fire Marty Herney. He did let them sit there. They couldn't get it right or get what he wanted in place. So he started putting the puzzle together.
And
He
that
didn't
shit
fucking up the
was
puzzle, but
super. When he started trying to put the shit together,
yeah,
it was doom. It was
But
doomed.
I mean,
That's why when you don't know something, you hire somebody who does, and that's what I think JP is saying, bro.
and
So listen,
but
if I don't know football like
he
that,
had,
Kendall, do you want to be the GM?
but I mean, he just been, how, man. I'm trying to be, y'all.
Fuck, you
If
want to have
motherfuckers try to
meetings
say I'm
for?
negative all the time and shit like that, I'm trying to be positive about some shit. But
Not this
we
guy,
2-15. We 2-15.
right?
Look, man. This has been Black Cat Panther podcast after dark. This is the after dark version of Black Cat.
Yeah, man,
Y'all
it's
know what
dark.
it is. This is our members only show. This is how we do over here on Thursday nights. Quan, go ahead and give me something to get up out of here.
Yeah,
Holler
man.
at the
Look,
people.
yeah, man. Holla. Hey, look, thanks for having me over here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, man. Hey, man, temper your expectations. You know what I'm saying? And look, pun intended when I said that. Um, man, we could be in this shit for the long haul, or we can hope that the dude that runs the ship, sits back and see what others can do. But it is, it's what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna keep saying, keep pounding. Because I hate losing, man. I hate fucking
Yeah,
losing. Hate it.
you got to.
I hate it, man. As long as I've been a content creator with other people, and look, I mean, I want to have a season where I call up Black Cat and like, man, we just motherfucking just jumping through the roof because we just keep winning all the damn time, bro. And we talking about just some positive shit, you know what I'm saying? But uh, just up your expectations, man. It's gonna take a minute. Like Kendall and them said, we ain't really even properly rebuild. It's gonna take us a minute to get this thing right. So if you're a real Panthers fan, you'll be around. If not, you know, I guess
Yeah,
pick another team, bro. If you don't, But what we got cooking is slow cooking. It's gonna take a minute. This ain't no microwave shit. And hopefully we can build it slowly, man, and get back on track.
no doubt. No doubt. I'm giving this to my homie Kitty Kitty. She was talking about the avatars out here, and I said I was gonna wait, but you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna go ahead and dash this down here today. You know,
Oh, that's
that's the
dope. I like that.
avatar. That's the new avatar. The
Yeah.
new avatar is coming out when the season starts. If it goes the way I'm going, straight black goat. Straight
The
black
black
goat
goat, bro.
is coming out. Straight black goat coming out. And the black goat gonna be raising hell around this motherfucker. Ain't
Yeah.
nobody safe when the black goat come out.
Bro,
All
that shit
right?
hard. Yeah.
So when you see it, believe it. That's all I'm saying right there. I
That
was
shit
I
hard.
was gonna wait till the season around August the 8th. But she had said a couple things tonight about the avatar. When the black goat come out, ain't nobody safe around this motherfucker. So hey, we out here, y'all. We out here.